Waking up in the morning can feel like an uphill battle. The alarm rings, the comfort of the bed pulls you back, and the weight of the day ahead presses down before it's even begun. For many, mornings are synonymous with a rush, a chore, or even dread. But what if the first moments of your day weren't something to survive, but an opportunity to thrive? What if the quiet stillness of dawn could be transformed into the most powerful part of your day? That is where change begins, not in grand gestures, but in the small, deliberate acts that set the tone for everything that follows. Every morning holds a chance to begin anew. No matter how yesterday ended, whether in triumph, defeat, or simply exhaustion, today starts with a clean slate. The dawn doesn't carry judgment. It simply offers the chance to rise, both physically and mentally. This is the time to decide. Will this day be shaped by distraction, frustration, and idleness? Or will it be driven by clarity, purpose, and the energy to meet life head-on? It's no secret that life is full of challenges. There are days when motivation feels as distant as the stars, and the temptation to procrastinate takes center stage. But this is exactly why the first minutes after waking are so critical. They are not just a transition from sleep to wakefulness. They are the foundation upon which the rest of your day is built. A shaky start can leave you scrambling to catch up, while a solid, intentional beginning can turn even the most daunting tasks into manageable victories. How we start our mornings is not a trivial matter. It's a mirror of how we approach life itself. If we allow ourselves to drift aimlessly, the day will follow suit, slipping through our fingers without leaving a mark. But if we start with intention, if we take charge of our thoughts, align our actions with our values, and anchor ourselves in purpose, we can turn even ordinary days into extraordinary ones. Motivation doesn't appear out of nowhere. It doesn't knock on the door or sprinkle itself like magic dust. Motivation is built. It's forged in the quiet choices we make when no one else is watching. It's choosing to rise when it's easier to stay down, to step forward when the path looks uncertain. And that choice begins the moment your eyes open each morning. The great Stoic philosophers who lived centuries ago understood this better than anyone. They faced wars, exile, personal loss, and political turmoil, yet their teachings reflect an unshakable calm and resilience. How? Because they realized that motivation and strength come not from external circumstances, but from within. They practiced clarity of purpose, cultivated inner discipline, and trained their minds to focus on what truly matters. Their mornings weren't spent scrolling through distractions or consumed by worry. Instead, they were moments of reflection, preparation, and resolve. It's easy to feel like life pulls us in too many directions. Responsibilities pile up, notifications demand attention, and the chaos of the world feels unrelenting. But in those first minutes of the day, we hold the power to choose what will guide us. The noise can wait. The distractions can be managed. What matters most is how we anchor ourselves before we step into the current of the day. When we start our mornings with clarity, we strengthen our ability to face whatever comes our way. The Stoics teach us that we don't need perfect circumstances to feel motivated. We don't need others to cheer us on or luck to work in our favor. What we need is a clear purpose, a steady mind, and a heart willing to act. These are things we can cultivate each day, starting the moment we rise. There's a truth that's both sobering and liberating. Time is fleeting. The days we waste in idleness or negativity are days we never get back. Yet, this isn't a cause for despair. It's a call to action. Knowing that time is precious gives weight to each morning. The hours ahead are not just hours, they are opportunities to connect with others, to grow stronger, to make progress on the things that matter most. You don't have to start the day with monumental achievements. Motivation doesn't come from doing it all at once. It comes from doing something, one thing, that moves you forward. Whether it's setting a clear intention, tackling a small task, or simply taking a moment to breathe and reflect, these actions create momentum. And once you've built momentum, even the hardest challenges seem just a bit lighter. The beauty of starting with purpose is that it multiplies. A strong morning spills into the rest of your day, influencing your energy, your focus, and even your interactions with others. When you feel grounded and intentional, you radiate that same energy outward. It's a gift not only to yourself, but to everyone around you. It's worth noting that motivation doesn't mean perfection. The Stoics remind us that life is unpredictable and our plans won't always unfold smoothly. But motivation is about showing up regardless. It's about being willing to adapt, to face discomfort, and to keep moving forward even when it feels easier to stand still. Every morning gives us the chance to practice this courage, to strengthen the habits that will carry us through life's inevitable ups and downs. There's no denying that some mornings are harder than others. Fatigue, stress, and doubt can weigh heavily, making it tempting to hit the snooze button and retreat from the day ahead. But these are the moments when motivation is most critical. These are the mornings when rising isn't just an act of discipline, it's an act of defiance. Defiance against complacency, against fear, against the pull of mediocrity. Starting your day with motivation doesn't require anything extraordinary. It's not about being a morning person or following a rigid routine. It's about being intentional with the time you have. It's about choosing to focus on what you can control instead of getting lost in what you can't. It's about reminding yourself that every day, no matter how daunting, is a chance to grow stronger and live fully. If there's one thing to carry with you as you rise each morning, let it be this. Motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create. And you create it by aligning your actions with your values, by taking small but deliberate steps toward your goals, and by refusing to let the comfort of the bed or the weight of the past hold you back. The dawn brings more than light. It brings possibility. And the way you meet it will determine the story you write for the hours that follow. So take a deep breath, ground yourself in purpose, and begin. Not because it's easy, but because it's worth it. Every morning is a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more than you imagined. And that truth is what will carry you forward, one day at a time. The way a day begins often shapes its trajectory. That first breath of morning air, the light creeping through the blinds, and the stillness of a world not yet fully awake. This is the canvas upon which the hours are painted. For many, these moments pass unnoticed, a blur of habit and hurry. Yet, hidden within these quiet instants is a profound opportunity. The chance to align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your deeper purpose. To start with intention is to reclaim your mornings, to set a tone of clarity and strength that echoes throughout the day. There's a subtle power in purpose. It acts as an anchor in the chaos, a steady force that holds you grounded when life pulls you in 1,000 directions. In the silence of the morning, purpose becomes tangible, a guiding force that drives every decision and action. When you embrace this practice, mornings transform from a dreaded obligation to a sacred ritual, a time to center yourself and prepare for what lies ahead. Purpose isn't something to stumble upon, it's something to actively cultivate. And in the calm of dawn, it becomes your strongest ally. The practice of morning reflections offers more than just clarity. It sharpens the mind, nourishes the soul, and aligns your actions with what truly matters. By taking a moment each morning to reflect, you create a space to define your values, set your intentions, and energize your spirit. This isn't about overhauling your life overnight, but about harnessing the consistent power of focused, deliberate action. Each reflection becomes a thread, weaving a stronger, more purposeful version of yourself. Reflection begins with questions. What do you want this day to represent? What values will guide your actions? When you take time to ask these questions, you're not simply planning tasks. You're crafting a vision of the life you want to lead. This process isn't complex or time-consuming. It's a brief but powerful pause that allows you to align your energy with your purpose. The power of this practice lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require special tools or extensive preparation, only a willingness to sit quietly with your thoughts. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Let the distractions of the world fall away. In this space, ask yourself, what is the one thing I can do today that aligns with my highest values? This question doesn't just guide your actions. It provides a compass for navigating challenges with integrity and focus. Morning reflections also serve as a reminder of what is within your control. So much of life feels uncertain, shaped by forces beyond our influence. Yet, in the morning stillness, it becomes clear that while you cannot control the world, you can control how you respond to it. This understanding, rooted in Stoic teachings, is liberating. It shifts your attention from external chaos to internal strength, empowering you to approach the day with confidence and resilience. As you engage in these reflections, a deeper understanding of yourself emerges. You begin to notice patterns in your thoughts and behaviors, moments where fear or doubt hold you back, and opportunities where courage and action can propel you forward. These insights aren't just abstract ideas, they're actionable wisdom that shapes your decisions throughout the day. The practice of starting with purpose also fosters gratitude. When you reflect on the privilege of waking up, of being alive and capable of action, gratitude becomes a natural response. Gratitude shifts your mindset from lack to abundance, from worry to appreciation. It fuels motivation by reminding you that every day is an opportunity to grow, contribute, and experience the beauty of life. Incorporating purpose into your mornings doesn't require dramatic changes to your routine. Begin with small, intentional acts. Write down a single goal for the day that reflects your values. Repeat a simple affirmation that grounds you in your purpose. Even something as straightforward as pausing to appreciate the morning light can be a powerful reminder of the opportunities the day holds. Consistency is key. The more you practice morning reflections, the more they become a natural part of your day. Over time, this practice reshapes your mindset, making purpose the foundation of every action. It creates a ripple effect, influencing not just your mornings, but every interaction, decision, and challenge you face. As your understanding of purpose deepens, you'll notice a shift in how you approach life. Tasks that once felt mundane gain meaning when aligned with your values. Challenges that once seemed insurmountable become opportunities to grow and strengthen your character. This is the transformative power of purpose. It turns even the smallest actions into steps toward a more fulfilling and impactful life. Starting your mornings with purpose doesn't mean striving for perfection. Some days will feel harder than others, and that's okay. What matters is the effort, the commitment to begin again each morning with clarity and intention. This consistency builds resilience, a quiet strength that carries you through even the most difficult days. Purpose is also a source of energy. When your actions are aligned with what matters most, motivation becomes effortless. You're no longer pushing yourself to complete tasks out of obligation, but pulling yourself forward with the excitement of meaningful progress. This shift in perspective transforms your mornings into a time of empowerment and possibility. As you cultivate this practice, you'll find that purpose is not static, it evolves with you. Each morning, reflection adds depth to your understanding of what matters, helping you refine your values and goals. This dynamic nature of purpose keeps life fresh and exciting, a constant journey of growth and discovery. The Stoics remind us that life is short, and the way we spend our days is the way we spend our lives. Starting with purpose ensures that each day is lived intentionally, not wasted on distractions or idle pursuits. It's a practice that honors the preciousness of time and the potential within you to make each moment count. Morning reflections are not about grand ambitions or perfect plans. They're about grounding yourself in what truly matters and taking the first step toward it. They're a reminder that motivation isn't something you wait for, it's something you create, one purposeful moment at a time. In embracing this practice, you cultivate a mindset of focus, gratitude, and determination. You begin each day with a clear sense of who you are and what you stand for, ready to face challenges with courage and grace. This is the essence of starting with purpose, a daily commitment to live with intention, guided by the values that define your best self. Starting your day with purpose lays a strong foundation, but sustaining it requires confronting an obstacle that often feels insurmountable: the seductive pull of comfort. Comfort, with its deceptive warmth, whispers promises of ease and rest. It urges you to linger in its embrace, convincing you that avoidance of effort is the path to contentment. Yet comfort, when left unchecked, becomes a trap, a silent thief that steals your time, your potential, and your drive. Breaking free from this pull is not easy, but it is necessary. Marcus Aurelius himself warned against the temptation to indulge in idleness, challenging us to rise above it and embrace our higher calling. Comfort is a double-edged sword. While rest and relaxation are vital for recovery, excessive indulgence leads to stagnation. It dulls the senses, weakens resolve, and creates an illusion that life can be lived passively. The truth is, growth is never found within the confines of comfort. Every significant achievement, every moment of progress, begins outside its boundaries. The Stoics understood this well, recognizing that the pursuit of virtue requires discipline and the willingness to embrace discomfort. The first step in breaking free from the comfort trap is understanding its nature. Comfort is not inherently bad, but it becomes dangerous when it hinders action. It thrives on familiarity and routine, convincing you that change is unnecessary. However, life itself is dynamic, constantly moving and evolving. To remain static in a world of motion is to fall behind, to miss opportunities for growth and fulfillment. Recognizing this is the key to reclaiming your power. The allure of comfort often stems from fear of failure, of rejection, of uncertainty. It disguises itself as self-care, whispering that staying within your limits is safer than venturing into the unknown. But true self-care involves nurturing your potential, challenging yourself to rise above complacency. When you allow comfort to dictate your actions, you deny yourself the chance to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Breaking free from comfort begins with small, deliberate acts. Start by identifying areas where comfort has taken root in your life. It might be the habit of delaying tasks, avoiding difficult conversations, or choosing ease over effort. Once you've identified these patterns, take intentional steps to disrupt them. Action, no matter how small, creates momentum. With each step, the grip of comfort loosens, and you reclaim control over your choices. The Stoics teach us that discomfort is not something to be avoided, but embraced. Discomfort is the forge where character is shaped, where strength is built. It is through challenges and difficulties that we discover our true capabilities. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that we are not made for ease, but for effort, for contributing to the world and fulfilling our purpose. Viewing discomfort as a teacher rather than an enemy transforms the way we approach it. One way to confront the comfort trap is by cultivating a mindset of voluntary discomfort. This involves intentionally stepping into situations that challenge you, whether it's waking up earlier, engaging in physical exercise, or taking on a task you've been avoiding. These small acts of resistance build resilience, training your mind to prioritize long-term growth over short-term ease. Each moment of discomfort becomes a stepping stone toward a stronger, more disciplined self. Another powerful strategy is to shift your focus from the outcome to the effort. Comfort often lures us with the promise of immediate gratification, while effort demands patience and persistence. By valuing the process over the result, you free yourself from the anxiety of perfection and embrace the satisfaction of progress. Effort, when viewed as a virtue, becomes its own reward. Time is another factor in overcoming the comfort trap. Comfort thrives on procrastination, convincing you that there's always more time to act. But time is finite, a precious resource that must be used wisely. The Stoics often reflected on the brevity of life, urging us to act with urgency and purpose. When you understand the value of your time, the cost of comfort becomes clear. Each moment spent in idleness is a moment lost forever, a missed opportunity to grow, create, and contribute. Accountability can also play a crucial role in breaking free from comfort. Sharing your goals with others, whether friends, family, or mentors, creates a sense of responsibility that motivates action. When others are aware of your intentions, the temptation to fall into comfort diminishes. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire you to push beyond your limits, who challenge you to strive for excellence. Mindfulness is another tool to combat the allure of comfort. By staying present and aware, you can recognize when comfort is guiding your decisions. Pause and ask yourself, is this choice serving my growth, or is it keeping me stagnant? Awareness of your actions allows you to make conscious choices rather than succumbing to the autopilot of habit. The Stoics also emphasized the power of perspective. When faced with discomfort, consider its broader significance. What does enduring this moment teach you about yourself? How does it contribute to your long-term goals? Reframing discomfort as an opportunity for growth rather than an obstacle shifts your mindset and strengthens your resolve. To conquer the comfort trap, you must also redefine your relationship with failure. Fear of failure often drives us toward comfort, convincing us that inaction is safer than risk. But failure is not the opposite of success. It is a part of it. Each failure is a lesson, a chance to refine your approach and grow stronger. Embracing failure as a natural and necessary part of the journey liberates you from its paralyzing grip. Routine is another powerful ally in overcoming comfort. Establishing consistent habits creates a framework for action, reducing the need for willpower in moments of decision. When your actions are guided by routine, the pull of comfort becomes weaker. Build habits that align with your values and purpose, and let them guide you toward consistent progress. Gratitude also plays a role in breaking free from comfort. When you reflect on the opportunities and resources you have, the desire to make the most of them grows stronger. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you can achieve, fueling motivation and resilience. It reminds you that effort is a privilege, a chance to honor the gifts and opportunities life has given you. Discipline, though often misunderstood as restrictive, is the ultimate form of freedom. It liberates you from the control of fleeting desires and empowers you to act in alignment with your higher self. Discipline is not about denying yourself pleasure, but about prioritizing what truly matters. It is the practice of choosing long-term fulfillment over temporary ease, a commitment to living with intention and purpose. As you confront the comfort trap, remember that progress is not always linear. There will be days when the pull of comfort feels overwhelming, when effort seems impossible. These moments are not failures, but opportunities to recommit to your purpose. Each time you rise after falling, you strengthen your resolve and deepen your understanding of yourself. Breaking free from comfort requires patience and persistence. It is a lifelong journey, a practice that evolves with you. The more you embrace discomfort, the more resilient and adaptable you become. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes second nature, a testament to your growth and strength. The comfort trap may be alluring, but it is no match for a determined mind and a purposeful heart. When you commit to rising above it, you unlock a wellspring of energy and potential. You discover that true fulfillment comes not from avoiding effort, but from embracing it. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory over the forces that seek to hold you back. In the end, breaking free from comfort is not about rejecting ease, but about choosing to live fully. It is a declaration that your life is worth the effort, that your potential is worth the discomfort. With each choice to rise above comfort, you honor the wisdom of the Stoics and the boundless capacity within yourself. Breaking free from the grip of comfort clears the path for something far more profound, embracing the role you were born to fulfill. Duty is not a burden. It's a gift, a guide that provides structure and meaning to your life. When your actions align with your purpose, the chaos of daily distractions fades, and every moment gains clarity and power. This is where motivation becomes more than fleeting energy. It transforms into enduring strength, rooted in your understanding of who you are and what you are meant to contribute. Your role in life isn't defined by external titles or societal expectations. It's something deeper, an internal compass that points toward your true purpose. To uncover it, you must reflect on what drives you, what fills you with a sense of meaning, and where your natural abilities meet the needs of the world. This sense of duty doesn't limit you. It liberates you by grounding your actions in something greater than yourself. Fulfilling your duty requires self-awareness. Many people drift through life, uncertain of their purpose or overwhelmed by choices. But when you pause to reflect on your unique role, the noise of indecision quiets. Your duties become clear, whether they involve serving your family, contributing to your community, or pursuing personal growth. This clarity simplifies decision-making and provides a steady anchor in turbulent times. Duty also instills resilience. When you act with a sense of purpose, challenges no longer feel like obstacles, but opportunities to deepen your commitment. Tasks that once seemed tedious become acts of service, infused with meaning because they contribute to something larger than yourself. This perspective not only motivates you, but strengthens your resolve in the face of adversity. Starting your day with a focus on duty shifts your mindset. Instead of viewing the morning as a series of chores, you see it as an opportunity to fulfill your role with integrity. Each action, no matter how small, becomes a step toward honoring your responsibilities. This sense of alignment between intention and action creates momentum, making even the hardest tasks feel manageable. The Stoics often spoke of the interconnectedness of life, emphasizing that each person plays a vital role in the greater whole. Recognizing this interconnectedness transforms how you approach your duties. You begin to see that your efforts, no matter how modest, contribute to the well-being of others. This realization deepens your motivation as you understand that your actions ripple outward, creating impact far beyond your immediate sphere. To fully embrace your duty, it's essential to let go of distractions that pull you away from your purpose. In the modern world, countless temptations vie for your attention, from mindless scrolling to unnecessary tasks. By focusing on what truly matters, you reclaim your time and energy, dedicating them to fulfilling your role. This discipline not only enhances your productivity, but also fosters a sense of peace, knowing that your efforts are directed toward meaningful goals. One of the greatest barriers to fulfilling your duty is the fear of inadequacy. Many people hesitate to act, doubting their abilities or worrying about failure. But duty is not about perfection. It's about showing up, trying your best, and learning from every experience. The Stoics remind us that progress, not perfection, is the measure of a life well lived. When you release the need to be flawless, you free yourself to act with courage and authenticity. Duty also demands balance. It's easy to become consumed by responsibilities, neglecting your well-being in the process. But to serve others effectively, you must first care for yourself. This isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation, a necessary foundation for fulfilling your role. By maintaining physical, emotional, and mental health, you ensure that you can continue to contribute meaningfully without burning out. Understanding the role of duty also involves accepting its evolving nature. Life is not static, and your responsibilities will change over time. What matters is your willingness to adapt, to reassess your purpose, and to embrace new challenges with an open heart. This flexibility keeps your sense of duty alive and relevant, allowing you to grow alongside your evolving circumstances. Duty provides a profound sense of satisfaction. When you act in alignment with your purpose, you experience a deep, unshakable contentment that external rewards cannot replicate. This fulfillment arises not from accolades or recognition, but from knowing that you are living true to your values and making a difference in the lives of others. Aligning your morning actions with your purpose requires intentionality. Begin by identifying the tasks that directly contribute to your role and prioritizing them. Eliminate activities that serve no meaningful purpose, freeing yourself from the clutter of unnecessary obligations. This practice sharpens your focus and ensures that your energy is spent on what truly matters. Reflection plays a critical role in aligning with duty. Take a moment each morning to revisit your purpose and assess how your actions support it. This habit keeps you grounded, reminding you of your responsibilities and inspiring you to approach the day with determination. It also allows you to course correct, ensuring that your efforts remain aligned with your goals. Fulfilling your duty often involves collaboration. No one exists in isolation, and your role is inherently tied to the people and communities around you. Embracing this interconnectedness deepens your sense of purpose, as you see how your actions uplift and inspire others. This collaboration also strengthens relationships, fostering a sense of unity and shared responsibility. The role of duty also challenges you to confront your limitations. There will be moments when you feel overwhelmed, unsure of your ability to meet your responsibilities. But these moments are not signs of failure. They are opportunities to grow. Each challenge you face builds resilience, teaching you to navigate difficulties with grace and strength. This growth not only benefits you, but enhances your ability to serve others. Duty is not a destination, but a journey. It evolves with each decision you make, each lesson you learn, and each challenge you overcome. By embracing this journey, you cultivate a mindset of lifelong growth, always striving to become a better version of yourself. This commitment to growth is the essence of duty, a continuous process of becoming and contributing. To align your actions with your purpose, you must also embrace accountability. Holding yourself responsible for your choices ensures that you remain true to your role. This accountability is not about self-criticism, but about maintaining integrity, honoring your commitments, and striving for excellence. It keeps you grounded, reminding you of the importance of your duties and the impact of your actions. The beauty of fulfilling your duty lies in its simplicity. It doesn't require grand gestures or extraordinary talents, only a willingness to act with intention and sincerity. Each small act, performed with purpose, contributes to the greater whole, creating a ripple effect of positivity and progress. This simplicity makes duty accessible to everyone, regardless of circumstances or abilities. Duty also fosters humility. It reminds you that your role is part of a larger story, one that extends beyond your individual experiences. This perspective cultivates gratitude as you recognize the support and opportunities that enable you to fulfill your responsibilities. It also encourages compassion as you see the struggles and contributions of others with greater understanding. Living in alignment with your duty transforms not only your mornings, but your entire life. It provides a sense of clarity, motivation, and fulfillment that carries you through challenges and triumphs alike. When you act with purpose, you create a life of meaning and impact, one that reflects the best of who you are. This practice, rooted in Stoic wisdom, is a timeless reminder of the power of intention and the importance of contribution. By aligning your actions with your role, you honor your purpose and unlock the strength and motivation to face each day with courage and conviction. It is through this alignment that you discover the true essence of a life well lived. Fulfilling your duty aligns your life with purpose, but living it fully requires a deeper commitment to prioritize virtue over the lure of comfort. Virtue is the foundation of a meaningful life, a compass that guides actions, decisions, and character. Comfort, while tempting, often stands in direct opposition to virtue, whispering easy promises that lead to stagnation and distraction. Discipline bridges this gap, allowing you to choose what is right over what is easy, what builds strength over what brings fleeting pleasure. Comfort appeals to the part of us that craves ease, safety, and rest. It isn't inherently wrong, but when it takes precedence over action, growth, and integrity, it becomes a trap. Comfort asks nothing of you, while virtue demands effort, discipline, and courage. Discipline is the practice of choosing virtue again and again, even when it feels inconvenient or uncomfortable. The Stoics recognized that a life driven by comfort is hollow. They taught that true fulfillment comes from living in accordance with virtues like courage, wisdom, and justice. These virtues require action, not passivity. Discipline is the force that enables you to act consistently, even when the path is difficult or the rewards are distant. Discipline is not harsh or punishing. It is liberating, offering freedom from the chaos of unchecked impulses. Choosing virtue over comfort begins with clarity. When you know your values and what you stand for, decisions become simpler. Discipline thrives in an environment of clarity because it aligns your actions with your priorities. Without clear values, discipline can feel directionless, like effort without purpose. Define what matters most to you: integrity, compassion, excellence, and let those values guide your daily choices. Discipline also requires structure. Comfort thrives in chaos, in the absence of boundaries and routines. Establishing a clear structure for your day creates a framework for disciplined action. It eliminates unnecessary decision-making and reduces the temptation to fall into comfort-driven habits. This structure doesn't have to be rigid. It should be flexible enough to adapt, but firm enough to keep you on track. Effort is the cornerstone of discipline. Choosing virtue over comfort means being willing to endure difficulty, whether it's physical, emotional, or mental. This isn't about seeking pain for its own sake, but recognizing that growth often requires discomfort. A Stoic does not fear effort because they understand its value. Each challenge overcome through effort strengthens character, builds resilience, and reinforces the habit of disciplined action. Comfort often masquerades as self-care, but true care for yourself involves nurturing your potential. Discipline is an act of self-respect, a commitment to living up to your capabilities. It is choosing to act in ways that honor your values and goals, even when those actions require sacrifice or discomfort. This practice builds confidence because it shows you that you can rely on yourself to do what needs to be done. One of the most powerful aspects of discipline is its ability to create momentum. The first step is always the hardest, but each step after that becomes easier. Momentum builds confidence and reduces resistance, making it easier to continue choosing virtue over comfort. Start small, complete a single meaningful task, follow through on one commitment, and let that success propel you forward. Discipline is not just about action, it's also about restraint. Comfort often tempts us to overindulge, whether it's in food, entertainment, or rest. Virtue requires moderation, the ability to say no when something threatens to undermine your integrity or purpose. Restraint is not about deprivation, but about balance, about making choices that align with your long-term well-being rather than short-term satisfaction. The Stoics understood the importance of focusing on what is within your control. Discipline is rooted in this principle. You cannot control every outcome, but you can control your effort, your attitude, and your actions. This focus empowers you to act with purpose, even when external circumstances are unpredictable or challenging. It shifts your perspective from frustration to determination, from passivity to proactive engagement. One of the greatest barriers to discipline is the fear of failure. Comfort offers the illusion of safety, while action risks rejection, mistakes, and setbacks. But failure is not the enemy. It is a teacher. Each failure provides valuable lessons that strengthen your character and refine your approach. Discipline means embracing failure as part of the process, learning from it, and continuing to act in alignment with your values. Living with discipline also requires awareness of your habits. Comfort often hides in routine, in the automatic behaviors that consume your time and energy without serving your purpose. By becoming aware of these habits, you can identify and replace them with practices that align with virtue. This transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, new habits take root, creating a life grounded in discipline. Gratitude can also fuel discipline. Reflecting on the opportunities and resources you have motivates you to make the most of them. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you can achieve, inspiring action rather than complacency. It reminds you that the effort you put into living virtuously is a privilege, a chance to honor the gifts and responsibilities life has given you. Discipline also benefits from accountability. Sharing your goals with others creates a sense of responsibility and support. When you know that someone else is aware of your intentions, you're less likely to succumb to comfort-driven excuses. Surround yourself with individuals who inspire and challenge you to live with integrity, and let their example reinforce your commitment to virtue. Patience is another key component of discipline. Choosing virtue over comfort often requires delayed gratification, the ability to resist immediate rewards in favor of long-term fulfillment. Patience strengthens your resolve, teaching you to trust the process and remain focused on your goals. It also cultivates resilience, as you learn to navigate setbacks without losing sight of your purpose. The rewards of discipline are not always immediate, but they are lasting. Choosing virtue over comfort creates a sense of pride and fulfillment that cannot be matched by fleeting pleasures. It builds a legacy of strength, integrity, and impact that extends beyond your individual actions. This legacy inspires others, creating a ripple effect of positive change. Discipline is not about perfection. There will be days when comfort wins, when effort feels impossible and progress seems out of reach. These moments are not failures, but opportunities to recommit to your values. Each time you rise after falling, you strengthen the habit of discipline, proving to yourself that you are capable of resilience and growth. To prioritize virtue over comfort, you must also cultivate self-compassion. Discipline requires effort, but it should not be harsh or punitive. Treat yourself with kindness, recognizing that growth is a journey filled with both successes and setbacks. Self-compassion allows you to recover from missteps without losing motivation, to continue striving for virtue without becoming discouraged. Virtue over comfort is not a one-time choice, but a daily practice. It requires vigilance, effort, and a willingness to embrace discomfort for the sake of growth. Each decision to act with discipline reinforces the habit, making it easier to choose virtue in the future. Over time, this practice transforms not only your mornings, but your entire life, creating a foundation of strength, integrity, and purpose. The Stoics believed that a life lived in accordance with virtue is the highest form of fulfillment. Discipline is the tool that makes this possible, enabling you to act with courage, wisdom, and integrity in every moment. By prioritizing virtue over comfort, you honor your potential and create a life of meaning and impact, one deliberate action at a time. Prioritizing virtue over comfort instills a discipline that carries you through challenges, but even the most disciplined mind requires moments of renewal. Reflection is not a luxury, it is a necessity, a space where thoughts align, intentions are sharpened, and clarity emerges. Each morning offers this opportunity, a chance to pause and recalibrate before the day's demands take over. Through the simple yet profound act of reflection, you can release the burdens of yesterday, find strength for today, and prepare for what lies ahead. This practice not only transforms your mindset, but unlocks the freedom to live with purpose and intention. Reflection in the morning is a moment of stillness in a world that often feels relentless. It allows you to assess where you stand, reconnect with your values, and determine how best to proceed. Without reflection, actions can become reactive, driven by impulse rather than intention. Reflection acts as a filter, separating what truly matters from the noise, ensuring that your energy is spent wisely. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius used morning reflection as a cornerstone of his practice. He would write not to impress others, but to clarify his own thoughts and confront his inner struggles. His words were raw and honest, revealing a commitment to self-improvement. This habit of journaling was not about recording events, but about uncovering truths, about life, about himself, and about how he could act with virtue and integrity. To adopt this practice, start by dedicating a quiet moment each morning to reflection. Find a space where distractions fade and focus your thoughts on the present. Begin by asking questions that prompt introspection. What is my primary goal today? How can I approach challenges with wisdom and resilience? What actions align with my values? These questions are not meant to be answered quickly, but to guide your thoughts toward clarity. Journaling amplifies the power of reflection. Writing forces you to articulate your thoughts, transforming vague ideas into concrete insights. It slows the mind, creating a deliberate pace that encourages depth and focus. Through journaling, you can uncover patterns in your thinking, identify obstacles, and develop strategies to overcome them. The act of putting pen to paper is a commitment to self-awareness, a promise to engage deeply with your inner world. Reflection also helps you confront the fears and doubts that often lurk in the background. By acknowledging these emotions, you strip them of their power. Writing them down allows you to see them clearly, to question their validity, and to choose a response rooted in courage rather than avoidance. This process builds resilience, equipping you to face the day with a calm and steady mind. Renewal is an essential aspect of reflection. Each day brings its own set of challenges, and without moments of renewal, it's easy to become overwhelmed. Morning reflection allows you to let go of the weight of yesterday, to forgive yourself for missteps, and to approach today with fresh resolve. It is a mental reset, a clearing of the slate that prepares you to act with focus and determination. Gratitude plays a significant role in this practice. Reflecting on what you are grateful for shifts your perspective, highlighting abundance rather than lack. It cultivates a mindset of appreciation, reminding you of the resources, relationships, and opportunities that support you. Gratitude fuels motivation by connecting your efforts to a greater sense of purpose and possibility. Clarity is another gift of reflection. By examining your thoughts, you gain insight into your priorities and eliminate distractions. This clarity simplifies decision-making, allowing you to act with confidence and precision. It also fosters a sense of control, as you recognize that your actions are guided by intention rather than circumstance. Reflection isn't just about looking inward, it's also about preparing for the external world. Visualizing the day ahead allows you to anticipate challenges and rehearse your responses. This mental preparation strengthens your ability to navigate difficulties with grace and composure. It turns uncertainty into opportunity, transforming potential obstacles into stepping stones for growth. This practice also deepens your connection to your values. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of what truly matters. Reflection anchors you to your principles, ensuring that your actions align with your highest aspirations. This alignment creates a sense of integrity and fulfillment as you live in accordance with the person you strive to be. Self-compassion is an integral part of reflection. As you examine your thoughts and actions, it's important to approach yourself with kindness. Acknowledge your imperfections without judgment, recognizing that growth is a process. This compassion fosters resilience, allowing you to learn from mistakes without becoming discouraged. It reminds you that reflection is not about criticism, but about understanding and improvement. Consistency amplifies the benefits of morning reflection. The more regularly you engage in this practice, the more natural it becomes. Over time, reflection transforms from a task into a habit, an automatic part of your morning that sets the tone for the day. This consistency also builds momentum, reinforcing your commitment to self-awareness and intentionality. Reflection is not limited to problems or challenges. It's also a space to celebrate progress. Acknowledge your achievements, no matter how small, and take pride in the effort you've put forth. This celebration reinforces positive habits, motivating you to continue striving for excellence. It also cultivates a sense of gratitude for your journey, reminding you that growth is a continuous and rewarding process. Morning reflection is an act of empowerment. It shifts the narrative from being at the mercy of circumstances to being the author of your day. By taking time to reflect, you assert control over your thoughts, emotions, and actions. This control creates a sense of freedom, as you are no longer bound by reactive patterns, but guided by deliberate choices. Renewal through reflection also extends to your relationships. When you start the day with clarity and intention, you bring a centered and compassionate presence to your interactions. This presence enhances communication, deepens connections, and fosters understanding. It also allows you to approach conflicts with empathy, finding solutions that align with your values. This practice of reflection and renewal is a powerful antidote to the stress and busyness of modern life. It creates a space for stillness, a moment to pause and recalibrate before the day's demands take over. In this space, you find clarity, strength, and purpose, a foundation that supports you in every aspect of life. Reflection is not about seeking perfection, but about striving for progress. Each morning, you have the opportunity to learn, to grow, and to realign with your purpose. Through this practice, you discover that freedom is not found in avoiding challenges, but in facing them with courage and intention. Morning reflection sets you free, not from the realities of life, but from the limitations of fear, doubt, and distraction. It is a daily act of renewal, a quiet revolution that transforms your mindset and empowers your actions. The quiet power of reflection sets the stage for intentional living, yet there's an element that amplifies its effect: gratitude. Gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion, it is a transformative force, a lens through which life takes on deeper meaning. When gratitude is put into action, it becomes a wellspring of motivation, shifting the way you approach challenges and embrace opportunities. Starting your day with appreciation doesn't merely brighten your mood. It grounds you in the present, energizes your purpose, and aligns you with the timeless wisdom of Stoic principles. Gratitude is the practice of acknowledging what is good, even when life feels uncertain or difficult. It's the deliberate act of focusing on abundance rather than scarcity, of seeing what is present rather than lamenting what is absent. In Stoic philosophy, this mindset is deeply woven into the practice of contentment and resilience. Marcus Aurelius himself wrote about the value of reflecting on the blessings of existence, urging a perspective that finds richness in simplicity. The first moments of the day are fertile ground for cultivating gratitude. Before the noise of the world creeps in, there's an opportunity to consciously direct your thoughts toward appreciation. Begin by recognizing the gift of another day, a chance to grow, to contribute, to connect. This small shift in perspective can turn mornings from moments of dread into sources of inspiration. Gratitude motivates because it reframes your relationship with effort. Tasks that may seem burdensome transform into privileges when viewed through a lens of appreciation. Work becomes an opportunity to express your skills and serve others. Obligations become acts of love, and challenges become pathways to growth. Gratitude connects your actions to a higher purpose, fueling the energy to persist even when motivation wanes. This practice also fosters humility, a cornerstone of Stoic thought. Gratitude reminds you that much of what you have, your opportunities, your relationships, your health, is not solely the result of your efforts, but also of circumstances, community, and chance. This humility deepens your appreciation and inspires a sense of responsibility to give back, to honor the gifts you've received by making meaningful contributions to others. Writing about your gratitude each morning solidifies its impact. Putting your thoughts into words gives them weight, transforming abstract feelings into tangible reflections. This can be as simple as listing 3 things you're grateful for, or elaborating on why a specific moment or person holds significance. The act of writing slows your thoughts, encouraging mindfulness and a richer connection to your emotions. Gratitude also strengthens relationships. Acknowledging the people who support, inspire, or challenge you fosters deeper connections and mutual respect. Taking a moment to express thanks, whether through a note, a conversation, or a quiet reflection, creates a ripple effect of positivity. It reminds you of the web of relationships that enrich your life and encourages you to invest in them with sincerity and care. Gratitude is not blind optimism. It does not ignore hardship or deny struggle. Instead, it coexists with difficulty, offering a counterbalance to life's challenges. By focusing on what is good, you build the resilience to face what is hard. This duality strengthens your character, aligning with the Stoic belief that true strength comes from navigating life's trials with grace and perspective. The physical and mental benefits of gratitude are profound. Research shows that gratitude can lower stress, improve sleep, and enhance overall well-being. When practiced consistently, it rewires the brain to notice and appreciate positive experiences more readily. This shift in focus creates a feedback loop where appreciation fuels happiness and happiness fuels motivation. Gratitude also heightens awareness. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to overlook the small details that bring joy: a kind word, a sunrise, the comfort of familiarity. Pausing to notice these moments cultivates mindfulness, anchoring you in the present and enriching your experience of life. This heightened awareness becomes a source of inspiration, reminding you that even in the mundane, there is beauty to be found. When you align gratitude with action, its impact multiplies. Appreciation is not merely a feeling, but a call to act in ways that honor what you value. This might mean showing kindness to a stranger, pursuing excellence in your work, or simply taking care of yourself so that you can continue contributing to the world. Gratitude in action transforms intention into tangible outcomes, creating a cycle of giving and receiving. Gratitude also enhances decision-making. When you approach choices from a place of appreciation, you are more likely to act with wisdom and integrity. Gratitude shifts the focus from what you might lose to what you stand to gain, encouraging courageous and purposeful actions. This mindset reduces fear and regret, empowering you to embrace opportunities with confidence. A grateful perspective fosters patience, particularly when dealing with challenges. Recognizing what you have already overcome builds faith in your ability to navigate current difficulties. Gratitude reminds you of the resources and strengths at your disposal, encouraging persistence and creative problem-solving. This resilience aligns with Stoic teachings, which emphasize the importance of enduring hardship with dignity and resolve. Practicing gratitude also strengthens self-discipline. When you appreciate the effort it takes to achieve something meaningful, you are more willing to commit to the process. Gratitude encourages a focus on long-term rewards rather than short-term gratification. This perspective supports disciplined choices, ensuring that your actions align with your goals and values. Gratitude nurtures hope, even in uncertain times. By reflecting on the good in your life, you reaffirm the belief that more good is possible. This hope motivates you to continue striving, to take risks, and to pursue your aspirations with courage. It provides a buffer against despair, offering a reminder that even in difficulty, there is reason to persevere. Incorporating gratitude into your mornings also enhances creativity. Appreciation opens the mind, encouraging curiosity and exploration. When you start the day with a grateful heart, you are more likely to approach problems with openness and innovation. Gratitude fosters a mindset that sees possibilities rather than limitations, inspiring creative solutions and fresh perspectives. Gratitude connects you to the present moment. While reflection often involves learning from the past and planning for the future, Gratitude anchors you in the now. This presence creates a sense of balance, allowing you to fully engage with the day ahead. It reminds you that while goals and ambitions are important, life is lived in the present, one moment at a time. The practice of gratitude deepens your relationship with yourself. Recognizing your own efforts, growth, and resilience fosters self-compassion and confidence. Gratitude toward yourself is not self-indulgence, but an acknowledgement of the work you've done to reach this point. It encourages you to continue investing in your growth, knowing that your efforts are meaningful and worthwhile. When gratitude becomes a daily practice, it transforms not only your mornings, but your entire outlook on life. It shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, from distraction to presence, and from hesitation to action. Gratitude fuels the energy to approach each day with purpose, resilience, and joy. It aligns you with Stoic principles, grounding you in what truly matters and inspiring you to live with integrity and intention. In this alignment, gratitude becomes more than a practice. It becomes a way of being. It infuses your actions with meaning, your relationships with depth, and your challenges with perspective. Gratitude sets you free from the grip of dissatisfaction, revealing a life rich with possibility and purpose. Each morning, as you begin anew, gratitude reminds you of the beauty in the ordinary and the strength within yourself to create an extraordinary day. Gratitude transforms how you approach the day, grounding you in appreciation and abundance. But to truly harness the power of a new day, you must rise with purpose, seeing the morning not as an obstacle to overcome, but as an invitation to step into your fullest potential. Each morning holds a quiet call, a chance to leave behind hesitation and face the world with courage, clarity, and conviction. The Stoics knew that the way you begin the day reflects the way you choose to live your life, and to rise as they did is to see every sunrise as a call to greatness. The moment you wake, there is a decision to be made. Will you meet the day with reluctance, letting the weight of responsibility dim your energy, or will you rise with intention, recognizing that each morning is a gift of possibility? The Stoic mindset invites you to see mornings as more than a mundane routine. They are a stage where actions align with values and purpose becomes tangible. Viewing mornings as opportunities begins with reframing your perspective. Many people see the start of the day as a hurdle, something to push through on the way to more important things. But mornings are not a waiting room. They are the foundation upon which the rest of the day is built. A purposeful start creates momentum, setting the tone for focus, energy, and clarity that carries you forward. The Stoics taught that what matters is not the circumstances you face, but how you choose to respond. This principle applies to mornings as well. The effort it takes to leave the comfort of the bed, to step into the unknown of a new day, is an act of defiance against passivity. It is a small yet powerful victory that sets the stage for greater accomplishments. Rising with purpose means starting the day with a clear sense of direction. This doesn't require rigid schedules or overwhelming to-do lists. It requires an understanding of what matters most. Identifying a single priority, a task or intention that reflects your values, focuses your energy, and gives the day meaning. This clarity transforms mornings from a series of habits into deliberate actions. Mornings are also an opportunity to connect with your inner strength. The quiet moments before the world's demands take hold are a chance to cultivate resilience, to remind yourself that you are capable of meeting challenges with grace. This inner dialogue, rooted in Stoic principles, creates a mindset of empowerment. You are not at the mercy of the day, you are its architect. The way you approach mornings also influences your relationship with time. Each day is a finite resource, and the morning hours are often the most productive and focused. Recognizing this encourages a sense of urgency, not the frantic rush of busyness, but the intentional pace of someone who understands the value of time. Mornings become a practice in mindfulness, a reminder to act with purpose rather than letting the hours slip away unnoticed. Viewing mornings as a call to greatness also means embracing the discomfort they often bring. Rising early, facing responsibilities, and stepping into effort requires discipline. But this discipline is not a punishment. It is a form of freedom. It liberates you from the grip of laziness and distraction, allowing you to act in alignment with your goals and values. The small discomfort of rising early is a price worth paying for the clarity and focus it provides. This perspective also invites you to see mornings as a chance to reconnect with gratitude. The first light of day is a reminder of life's continuity, an invitation to appreciate the opportunities that lie ahead. Gratitude shifts the focus from what you lack to what you can create, inspiring a mindset of abundance that fuels motivation and action. Rising like a Stoic means embracing the imperfections of the morning. Not every day will begin smoothly, and not every effort will feel successful. But the act of showing up, of committing to purpose despite setbacks, is itself a form of greatness. It demonstrates resilience, the ability to navigate life's fluctuations with steadiness and resolve. This approach also cultivates a sense of humility. Mornings are a reminder of life's rhythm, the cycle of effort and renewal that sustains growth. Acknowledging this rhythm keeps you grounded, reminding you that each day is part of a larger journey. This humility inspires persistence, encouraging you to continue striving even when progress feels slow. The Stoic view of mornings also emphasizes the importance of self-awareness. The quiet stillness of early hours is an ideal time to reflect on your thoughts, emotions, and intentions. This reflection creates a sense of alignment, ensuring that your actions are guided by your principles rather than external pressures. It is a practice of anchoring yourself before stepping into the world. Mornings are also a stage for cultivating courage. To rise with purpose is to face the uncertainties of the day with confidence, knowing that while you cannot control every outcome, you can control your effort and attitude. This courage is not about eliminating fear, but about acting despite it, taking steps forward even when the path is unclear. The opportunity of each morning extends beyond personal growth. It is also a chance to serve others, to act in ways that uplift and inspire those around you. Whether through kindness, generosity, or leadership, your actions in the morning set the tone not only for your day, but for the impact you have on others. This sense of interconnectedness reinforces the Stoic belief that individual actions contribute to the greater good. Viewing mornings as a call to greatness also challenges you to prioritize what truly matters. It requires the discipline to say no to distractions and yes to purpose. This prioritization creates focus, ensuring that your energy is directed toward meaningful pursuits rather than scattered across trivialities. It is a practice of intentionality, a commitment to living fully and deliberately. This perspective also fosters a sense of curiosity. Each morning brings new opportunities to learn, to grow, and to explore. Approaching the day with curiosity transforms routine into discovery, encouraging you to see the potential in every moment. This mindset aligns with the Stoic principle of embracing life's unpredictability, finding growth even in the unexpected. The act of rising with purpose also reinforces self-trust. Each time you follow through on your intentions, you strengthen your belief in your own capabilities. This self-trust becomes a foundation for confidence, allowing you to approach challenges with a sense of competence and assurance. It is a quiet yet powerful affirmation that you are capable of living in alignment with your values. Mornings also provide a chance to reconnect with the natural world. The stillness of dawn, the changing light, and the awakening of life around you offer a reminder of your place within the larger universe. This connection inspires a sense of wonder and perspective, grounding you in the beauty and complexity of existence. It is a moment to step outside the demands of the day and find renewal in the simplicity of being. To rise like a Stoic is to embrace mornings not as a burden, but as a privilege. It is to see each sunrise as a canvas, an opportunity to create, to grow, and to contribute. This mindset transforms the way you approach not only mornings, but life itself, infusing each day with purpose and possibility. It is a practice of seeing greatness not as an achievement, but as a way of being, lived out one morning at a time. Mornings, when embraced with purpose, become a call to rise and meet the day with strength and clarity. But behind every morning, behind every action we take, lies a truth often avoided. Life is finite. Reflecting on this truth is not meant to cast a shadow over your days, but to illuminate them, to awaken a sense of urgency and focus that comes from understanding life's impermanence. The Stoic practice of memento mori, remembering that you will die, is not morbid, it is liberating. It anchors you to the present, sharpens your priorities, and drives you to live fully, deeply, and intentionally. The thought of death can feel uncomfortable, even unsettling, but it is a truth that cannot be ignored. Life is fragile, and time is fleeting. Instead of fearing this reality, the Stoics teach us to face it with courage and wisdom. When you reflect on death, you gain clarity about what truly matters. The trivialities that consume so much energy lose their hold, replaced by a determination to focus on what is meaningful. Memento mori reminds us that tomorrow is never guaranteed. This realization inspires action, not hesitation. It pushes you to stop delaying, to stop waiting for the perfect moment, and to start living. Each day becomes an opportunity to take steps toward your goals, to express gratitude, to connect with others, and to create something lasting. It turns procrastination into progress, as the understanding of life's brevity makes each moment more precious. This practice also cultivates humility. Death is the great equalizer. It touches everyone, regardless of status, wealth, or achievements. Reflecting on this reality grounds you, reminding you that no one is exempt from life's natural cycle. This humility shifts your perspective, encouraging you to approach others with empathy and to act with kindness. It fosters a deeper connection to humanity, breaking down the barriers of ego and pride. Memento mori helps you confront fear. The fear of failure, rejection, or judgment often holds people back from pursuing their dreams or taking risks. But when you consider that life is finite, these fears lose their power. What might seem daunting in the moment becomes insignificant in the grand scheme of things. This perspective emboldens you to act, to embrace challenges, and to strive for the life you truly want. Reflecting on death also sharpens your priorities. It becomes clear that time wasted on distractions, grudges, or superficial pursuits is time you will never regain. This clarity encourages you to invest in what brings value and meaning, relationships, personal growth, and contributions that align with your values. It simplifies decision-making as choices become guided by what matters most, rather than by fleeting desires or external pressures. This perspective creates a profound sense of urgency, not a frantic or anxious rush, but a deliberate and focused energy. You begin to see time not as something to spend carelessly, but as a resource to be cherished. This urgency inspires you to be present, to fully engage in each moment, instead of letting life pass by unnoticed. It transforms ordinary days into extraordinary opportunities for growth and connection. Memento Mori also encourages you to cultivate gratitude. When you acknowledge that life is impermanent, you become more attuned to its beauty. The small, everyday moments, a conversation with a friend, the warmth of the sun, the sound of laughter, take on greater significance. Gratitude deepens your experience of life, allowing you to savor its richness and complexity. This practice fosters resilience in the face of adversity. When you accept the reality of death, you also accept the challenges and uncertainties that come with life. You understand that setbacks and hardships are part of the journey, not insurmountable obstacles. This perspective strengthens your ability to endure and adapt, as you recognize that even difficulties are opportunities to grow and learn. Reflecting on death also inspires you to leave a legacy. Knowing that your time is limited prompts you to consider what impact you want to have, what values you want to embody, and what contributions you want to make. This legacy is not about fame or recognition, but about the way your actions ripple outward, influencing others and shaping the world in meaningful ways. Memento Mori invites you to live authentically. When you remember that life is short, the need to impress others or conform to expectations fades. You are freed to pursue what truly matters to you, to live in alignment with your values and aspirations. This authenticity creates a life of integrity, one that reflects the best of who you are. This practice also deepens your appreciation for relationships. Reflecting on life's impermanence reminds you that the people in your life are not here forever. This awareness encourages you to cherish your connections, to express love and gratitude, and to resolve conflicts with compassion. It reminds you to prioritize the people who matter most, creating deeper and more meaningful bonds. Memento Mori challenges you to confront your regrets. By reflecting on what you wish you had done differently, you gain insight into how to move forward. This reflection is not about dwelling on the past, but about learning from it, using those lessons to make better choices in the present. It encourages you to act with intention, knowing that every moment is an opportunity to align your life with your values. This perspective also fosters a sense of awe. The brevity of life highlights its preciousness, inspiring wonder at the complexity and beauty of existence. This sense of awe fuels motivation as you recognize the privilege of being alive and the limitless possibilities each day holds. It encourages you to approach life with curiosity and openness, embracing its challenges and joys with equal enthusiasm. Memento Mori reminds you to focus on contribution rather than accumulation. Material possessions and superficial achievements lose their appeal when viewed through the lens of mortality. What remains significant is the impact you have on others, the kindness you show, and the legacy you build through your actions. This shift in focus creates a life centered on meaning and purpose rather than on fleeting desires. This practice also encourages you to simplify. The knowledge that life is finite prompts you to let go of what no longer serves you, whether it's toxic relationships, unnecessary possessions, or unproductive habits. Simplification creates space for what truly matters, allowing you to live with greater clarity and intention. It aligns your actions with your values, ensuring that your energy is spent wisely. Memento Mori teaches you to embrace imperfection. Life is not about achieving perfection, but about living fully and authentically. Reflecting on death reminds you that mistakes and failures are part of the journey, opportunities to learn and grow rather than sources of shame. This perspective fosters self-compassion, allowing you to navigate life's ups and downs with grace. Ultimately, Memento Mori is a call to action. It is a reminder that life is not something to be feared or avoided, but something to be embraced with courage and passion. It inspires you to live with urgency, authenticity, and purpose, making the most of the time you have. It transforms the way you approach each day, turning ordinary moments into opportunities for greatness. In embracing this practice, you align yourself with the Stoic philosophy of living in accordance with nature, accepting life's impermanence as a source of strength and inspiration. Memento mori does not diminish life. It enhances it, providing clarity, focus, and motivation to live with intention and meaning. It is a powerful reminder that the time to act is now, and the life you want to live begins today. Reflecting on life's impermanence ignites a sense of urgency and clarity, but even the strongest resolve can falter in the face of resistance. Resistance is a quiet force, a shadow that whispers of delay and comfort when action is needed most. It tells you to stay still when the path forward feels uncertain, to seek ease instead of effort. Overcoming this inertia is not simply about willpower. It is about aligning your actions with purpose, building momentum through wisdom and persistence. The Stoics understood that the greatest challenge is often within, and they left a timeless guide for pushing through resistance and acting, even when motivation seems absent. Resistance thrives on hesitation. It waits for moments of doubt and uncertainty, feeding on the stories we tell ourselves about what is too hard, too risky, or not worth the effort. This internal friction is familiar to everyone, but its presence does not mean failure. Resistance is a natural part of the human experience, a signal that the task at hand holds meaning. The Stoics taught that meaningful work often comes with struggle, and pushing through it is a step toward fulfillment and growth. The first step in overcoming resistance is acknowledging its existence without judgment. Resistance gains power when it goes unnoticed, operating quietly in the background of your mind. By bringing it into awareness, you strip it of its control. Pause and identify the thoughts or feelings that are holding you back. Are they rooted in fear, uncertainty, or discomfort? Recognizing these patterns helps you confront them with clarity and intention. Action is the antidote to resistance. The more you linger in indecision, the stronger resistance becomes. Taking even a small step forward disrupts its hold, creating momentum that propels you toward progress. This principle is often referred to as the 2-minute rule. Begin with a task so small, it feels almost effortless. Starting is often the hardest part, and once momentum builds, the initial resistance fades. The Stoics emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within your control. Resistance often stems from worrying about outcomes, which are unpredictable and beyond your influence. Shift your attention to the effort you can make in the present moment. By grounding yourself in action rather than results, you free your mind from the paralyzing fear of failure or imperfection. Discipline is another tool for overcoming resistance. While motivation fluctuates, discipline provides a steady foundation for consistent effort. Cultivating discipline involves creating routines and habits that guide your actions, even when motivation is low. When the choice to act becomes automatic, resistance loses its power. This is why the Stoics valued structure. Routine minimizes the need for decision-making and reduces opportunities for hesitation. Breaking tasks into smaller, manageable steps is also an effective strategy. Resistance often arises when a task feels overwhelming or undefined. Clarify your goals and divide them into achievable actions. Each completed step reinforces your confidence and diminishes the weight of the remaining work. This incremental progress builds momentum, making the task feel less daunting and more attainable. Perspective is key to confronting resistance. Remind yourself of why the task matters, how it aligns with your values and long-term goals. Resistance is often strongest when you lose sight of the bigger picture. focusing only on the discomfort of the moment. Reconnecting with your purpose provides the motivation to persevere, even when the work feels difficult. The Stoics also taught the value of reframing challenges. Instead of viewing resistance as an obstacle, see it as an opportunity for growth. Resistance signals that you are stepping outside your comfort zone, pushing the boundaries of your capabilities. Embrace it as a sign that you are doing something meaningful, something that has the potential to transform and elevate you. Mindfulness is a powerful ally in overcoming resistance. Often, resistance is fueled by a restless mind, jumping between distractions or ruminating on fears. Mindfulness anchors you in the present, allowing you to focus fully on the task at hand. Practice deep breathing or short moments of reflection to calm your mind and create the mental space needed to act with clarity. Self-compassion plays a crucial role in pushing through resistance. The frustration of feeling stuck can lead to self-criticism, which only deepens the inertia. Treat yourself with kindness, recognizing that resistance is a natural part of the process. Instead of berating yourself for hesitating, celebrate the effort it takes to move forward. This mindset fosters resilience and encourages persistence. Accountability can also help overcome resistance. Share your intentions with someone you trust, creating a sense of responsibility that motivates action. Knowing that someone else is aware of your goals adds a layer of commitment and reduces the temptation to delay. This external support reinforces your efforts, providing encouragement when resistance feels strongest. Gratitude is another tool for overcoming inertia. Reflect on the opportunity to act, the resources and abilities that enable you to take steps forward. Gratitude shifts your mindset from resistance to possibility, inspiring a sense of privilege rather than obligation. This perspective energizes you, turning effort into an expression of appreciation for the life you have. The Stoics emphasized the fleeting nature of time, urging action over delay. Resistance often disguises itself as waiting for the right moment, but the truth is that the perfect time rarely exists. Acting now, even imperfectly, is better than waiting indefinitely. This sense of urgency aligns with the practice of memento mori, reminding you that each moment is an opportunity to move closer to your purpose. Overcoming resistance also requires embracing imperfection. The fear of not doing something well enough can paralyze you, preventing action altogether. The Stoics remind us that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Allow yourself to take imperfect steps, knowing that each effort builds momentum and brings you closer to your aspirations. Self-awareness deepens your ability to push through resistance. Pay attention to the patterns and triggers that make you hesitate. Do certain tasks feel more intimidating than others? Are there times of day when resistance is strongest? Understanding these tendencies allows you to anticipate and counteract them, creating strategies that work with your natural rhythms rather than against them. Visualization is a practical technique for overcoming inertia. Picture yourself completing the task, focusing on the sense of accomplishment and relief that follows. This mental rehearsal reduces the intimidation of the task and increases your confidence in your ability to succeed. Visualization aligns your mindset with action, bridging the gap between intention and effort. Resilience is built through repeated encounters with resistance. Each time you push through hesitation, you strengthen your ability to act in the face of difficulty. This resilience becomes a habit, a default response to challenges. Over time, resistance loses its hold, replaced by a steady commitment to your values and goals. Celebrate small victories along the way. Each step forward, no matter how small, is an achievement worth acknowledging. These moments of celebration reinforce your progress, providing the motivation to continue. They remind you that effort matters, that each action contributes to a life lived with purpose and integrity. Resistance will always be a part of life, but it does not have to define your actions. By understanding its nature, embracing its challenges, and using the strategies rooted in Stoic wisdom, you can rise above inertia and act with clarity and determination. Each time you overcome resistance, you strengthen your resolve, deepen your self-trust, and move closer to the person you aspire to be. Overcoming resistance requires action, yet the challenges that create it are often where the greatest opportunities lie. The Stoics understood this truth deeply. Obstacles are not the enemy, but the path itself. They are invitations to grow stronger, to think clearer, and to act with greater purpose. Every challenge faced in the quiet hours of the morning carries within it the potential to shape the day ahead. By reframing these obstacles, you can turn what seems like resistance into the very fuel that propels you forward. Challenges often appear as roadblocks, creating frustration and hesitation. But when seen through the lens of growth, they reveal their hidden value. Obstacles force you to pause and consider your approach, sharpening your focus and creativity. They provide the chance to ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger?" This shift in perspective transforms challenges from barriers into stepping stones. The Stoics taught that obstacles are not inherently good or bad. It is your response to them that defines their meaning. When you face difficulties in the morning, whether it's fatigue, stress, or unexpected tasks, the first step is to separate the challenge itself from your perception of it. Fatigue, for instance, might feel like a limitation, but it is also a signal from your body to reassess your priorities and take deliberate action. Stress can be reframed as a call to focus on what matters most. Obstacles also reveal your values. They force you to confront what you truly care about and what you're willing to fight for. A task that feels overwhelming may highlight the importance of preparation, discipline, or persistence. A conflict may show you the value of patience, understanding, or courage. By reflecting on the deeper lessons embedded in challenges, you can approach them with a mindset of curiosity and resilience. Morning challenges often test your ability to adapt. Flexibility is a cornerstone of Stoic thought, emphasizing the need to adjust your actions and mindset to meet changing circumstances. Obstacles are opportunities to practice this adaptability, to find new ways forward when the old paths no longer work. This flexibility strengthens your capacity to thrive in unpredictable situations, turning what might have felt like setbacks into moments of innovation. One of the most powerful ways to reframe obstacles is to focus on effort rather than outcome. Challenges often feel daunting because they highlight uncertainty or lack of control. By shifting your attention to the actions you can take, you reclaim your agency. You may not control the result, but you control how you respond. This shift creates a sense of empowerment, allowing you to approach obstacles with confidence rather than fear. Obstacles also build endurance. Each time you push through difficulty, you expand your ability to face future challenges. This endurance is not just physical, but mental and emotional, creating a foundation of resilience that carries into every area of your life. The Stoics saw obstacles as the training ground for virtue, where patience, strength, and wisdom are forged. Challenges often test your priorities, revealing where your energy and attention are best spent. When faced with competing demands, obstacles force you to make choices. This process of prioritization sharpens your focus, helping you eliminate distractions and invest your efforts in what truly matters. Each challenge becomes an exercise in clarity, a chance to align your actions with your values. Obstacles are also an invitation to practice humility. They remind you that you are not all-powerful, that the world does not bend to your will. This humility creates space for growth, encouraging you to seek help, learn from others, and remain open to new perspectives. It softens the ego, replacing frustration with acceptance and collaboration. The morning is a particularly powerful time to reframe obstacles because it sets the tone for the day ahead. A challenge faced with courage and creativity in the morning creates momentum that carries you forward. It reminds you of your capacity to navigate difficulties, building confidence and reinforcing the belief that no obstacle is insurmountable. Reframing obstacles also deepens your sense of gratitude. Challenges highlight the resources, relationships, and inner strengths that support you. They remind you of what you have, even in the face of difficulty. This gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, creating a mindset of appreciation and possibility. The practice of reframing obstacles requires mindfulness. Often, the first reaction to a challenge is resistance or frustration. Pausing to observe this reaction allows you to respond intentionally rather than impulsively. This mindfulness creates a space between the obstacle and your response, giving you the clarity to choose how you will act. Obstacles can also inspire creativity. When the usual solutions don't work, challenges push you to think differently, to explore new possibilities. This creativity is a skill that grows stronger with practice, turning obstacles into opportunities for innovation. Each morning challenge becomes a chance to exercise this creativity, finding fresh ways to approach the day. Reframing obstacles also fosters connection. Challenges often bring people together, creating opportunities for collaboration and mutual support. By seeking help or offering assistance, you strengthen relationships and build a sense of community. This connection reminds you that you are not alone in facing difficulties and that collective effort often leads to greater solutions. The Stoics emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature, which includes accepting the natural flow of challenges and change. Obstacles are a part of life, not interruptions to it. This acceptance creates peace, allowing you to approach difficulties with a calm and steady mind. Instead of fighting against obstacles, you learn to work with them, finding balance and flow. Each obstacle also carries a lesson about resilience. It shows you where you are strong and where you can grow stronger. By reflecting on these lessons, you turn challenges into opportunities for self-discovery and improvement. This growth creates a sense of progress, reminding you that every difficulty overcome is a step forward. Obstacles also teach the value of patience. Some challenges cannot be resolved immediately, requiring time and persistence. This patience is not passive but active, a commitment to steady effort despite delays or setbacks. It aligns with the Stoic principle of enduring hardship with dignity, knowing that perseverance is its own form of strength. The ability to reframe obstacles is a skill that deepens with practice. Each morning challenge becomes an opportunity to strengthen this skill, to approach the day with a mindset of growth and resilience. Over time, this practice transforms the way you see difficulties, replacing hesitation with curiosity and resistance with action. Obstacles, when reframed, become sources of motivation. They remind you of your purpose, your values, and your capacity to grow. They challenge you to rise above comfort, to act with intention, and to create meaning even in the face of difficulty. Each morning is a new opportunity to embrace this mindset, turning what once felt like barriers into the very fuel that propels you forward. Reframing obstacles transforms challenges into moments of growth, but maintaining that mindset requires structure, a foundation that supports intention and consistency. A morning routine guided by Stoic principles is not about rigid schedules or elaborate rituals, but about deliberate habits that align with your values and set the tone for the day. Such a routine becomes a sanctuary of clarity and focus, anchoring you against distraction and building the discipline needed for meaningful action. Morning routines are powerful because they leverage the quiet, undisturbed hours to create momentum. In those early moments, the mind is fresh, less crowded by external demands, and more receptive to intentionality. A routine rooted in Stoic principles uses this time to cultivate self-awareness, align actions with purpose, and prepare for the day with resilience and clarity. Consistency is the backbone of a successful routine. A habit practiced daily becomes second nature, reducing the mental effort required to maintain it. The Stoics emphasize the importance of small, consistent actions over grand, sporadic efforts. Each habit you build becomes a step toward the life you want, reinforcing your commitment to living with intention. A Stoic morning routine begins with reflection. Before diving into tasks or distractions, take a moment to ground yourself. This could involve journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in stillness to consider the day ahead. Reflect on your priorities, your goals, and the kind of person you want to be. This practice not only sharpens your focus, but also strengthens your connection to your values. Gratitude is another cornerstone of a meaningful routine. Beginning the day by acknowledging what you are thankful for shifts your perspective from scarcity to abundance. It creates a sense of fulfillment and motivates you to act with purpose. Gratitude also fosters resilience, reminding you of the resources and strengths that support you even in challenging times. Incorporating physical movement into your routine helps bridge the gap between intention and action. Movement energizes the body, clears the mind, and prepares you to face the day with vigor. Whether it's a brisk walk, stretching, or a more intense workout, physical activity aligns with the Stoic principle of caring for the body as a vessel for the mind and soul. Mindfulness is an essential element of a Stoic-inspired routine. Begin with intentional breathing or a brief meditation to center your thoughts and create a sense of presence. Mindfulness helps you approach the day with clarity, reducing reactivity and enhancing your ability to focus on what matters. It's a reminder that each moment is an opportunity for purposeful action. Routines also benefit from simplicity. The Stoics valued clarity and efficiency, avoiding unnecessary complexity. A morning routine doesn't need to include countless steps or tools. It should focus on what truly supports your goals and values. Stripping away distractions allows you to invest fully in the habits that matter, creating a routine that is both effective and sustainable. One of the most transformative habits in a morning routine is setting intentions. Rather than approaching the day passively, take time to identify what you want to achieve and how you want to show up. These intentions act as a compass, guiding your actions and helping you stay aligned with your principles. Setting intentions fosters a sense of control and purpose, creating momentum that carries throughout the day. Preparation is another key component. A well-structured routine doesn't just happen, it's planned. Lay out what you need for the morning the night before, whether it's setting up your journal, preparing your workout gear, or reviewing your schedule. This preparation reduces decision fatigue and ensures that you can move through your routine with ease and focus. Accountability can strengthen your commitment to a morning routine. Sharing your intentions with a trusted friend, mentor, or community creates a sense of responsibility that motivates you to follow through. This accountability not only reinforces your habits, but also provides a support system for times when maintaining consistency feels difficult. Reflection at the end of the routine creates closure. As you complete your morning practices, take a moment to review what you've done and how it aligns with your goals. This reflection solidifies your efforts and reinforces the habit of intentionality. It also provides insight into what is working and what might need adjustment, allowing you to refine your routine over time. Flexibility is important for sustaining a morning routine. Life is unpredictable, and rigid structures can become a source of stress rather than support. A Stoic approach embraces adaptability, focusing on the essence of the routine rather than its exact form. If circumstances change, prioritize the most meaningful habits and adjust the rest. This flexibility ensures that your routine remains a source of stability rather than rigidity. A Stoic morning routine also cultivates resilience. Each habit practiced consistently builds your capacity to face challenges with strength and composure. The discipline required to maintain a routine translates into discipline in other areas of life, creating a foundation for personal growth and achievement. This resilience allows you to navigate difficulties with confidence, knowing that you are prepared to meet them. Routines create space for self-awareness. The deliberate acts of reflection, gratitude, and mindfulness deepen your understanding of yourself, your thoughts, emotions, and motivations. This self-awareness strengthens your ability to act with integrity, ensuring that your actions align with your values and aspirations. The impact of a morning routine extends beyond the individual. When you start the day with intention, you bring a centered and focused presence to your interactions with others. This presence enhances communication, strengthens relationships, and inspires those around you. Your routine becomes not only a personal practice, but also a way to contribute positively to the lives of others. The key to building habits that stick is patience. Habits take time to form, and the process often includes setbacks. The Stoics remind us that progress, not perfection, is the goal. Celebrate small victories and approach challenges with resilience. Each effort to maintain your routine reinforces your commitment to living with purpose, even when the path is difficult. A morning routine rooted in Stoic principles transforms the way you approach each day. It creates a sense of grounding, clarity, and motivation that sets the tone for meaningful action. By focusing on small, consistent habits, you build a foundation for growth and resilience, aligning your life with the values that matter most. Each morning becomes an opportunity to reaffirm your commitment to yourself and to the world around you, creating a life of intention and integrity. A morning routine rooted in Stoic principles builds the structure for intentional action, but even the most disciplined routines can falter under the weight of unrealistic expectations. Progress is the thread that carries you forward, while perfection is often the weight that holds you back. The Stoics knew that striving for perfection was a futile pursuit, not because effort lacks value, but because life is inherently unpredictable and imperfect. True motivation comes from embracing progress, small, consistent steps that lead you closer to your goals. The pursuit of perfection often creates a cycle of frustration. When you set an impossible standard for yourself, every small misstep feels like failure. This mindset erodes motivation, leaving you hesitant to act for fear of falling short. Progress, on the other hand, shifts the focus from flawless outcomes to steady effort. Each step forward, no matter how small, becomes a victory that fuels continued growth. Progress teaches patience. Growth is rarely immediate, and meaningful change takes time. The Stoics emphasized the importance of focusing on the process rather than the result. When you release the need for immediate perfection, you open yourself to the lessons embedded in each effort. This mindset fosters resilience, allowing you to navigate setbacks with grace and determination. Daily motivation thrives on tangible achievements. Perfection often feels distant and unattainable, while progress is something you can see and measure. Whether it's completing a task, learning something new, or simply showing up, each act of progress builds momentum. These small successes reinforce your belief in your ability to grow and achieve, creating a positive feedback loop that sustains motivation. The Stoics remind us that control lies not in outcomes, but in actions. Progress focuses on what is within your power, the effort, the dedication, the willingness to keep moving forward. By anchoring yourself in what you can control, you free yourself from the anxiety of perfection. This focus empowers you to act with clarity, knowing that your value is not tied to the result, but to the integrity of your actions. Progress also fosters adaptability. The pursuit of perfection often creates rigidity, a refusal to adjust course even when circumstances change. Progress, however, embraces flexibility, recognizing that growth requires constant recalibration. This adaptability allows you to find new paths forward when obstacles arise, turning challenges into opportunities for creativity and innovation. When you embrace progress, you cultivate humility. Perfection is often rooted in ego, the desire to appear flawless, to avoid vulnerability. Progress, in contrast, requires acknowledging where you are, including your strengths and weaknesses. This humility creates space for learning and improvement, reminding you that growth is a journey rather than a destination. Progress also deepens self-compassion. The pursuit of perfection often leads to harsh self-criticism, a relentless focus on what you didn't do right. Progress shifts this narrative, encouraging you to celebrate what you have achieved. It reminds you to treat yourself with kindness, recognizing that effort is worth honoring even when the results fall short of your expectations. The Stoics valued incremental improvement, understanding that even the smallest steps contribute to a life well lived. This perspective encourages you to break down overwhelming goals into manageable actions. Each small step becomes a building block, creating a foundation for larger achievements. This approach not only makes progress more attainable, but also reduces the pressure that perfection often imposes. Progress fosters curiosity. When the goal is growth rather than perfection, you are free to explore, experiment, and take risks. This openness to discovery creates a sense of excitement and engagement, making the process of improvement more rewarding. It encourages you to see challenges as opportunities to learn rather than as threats to your self-worth. The concept of progress also aligns with gratitude. By focusing on how far you've come rather than how far you have yet to go, you cultivate a sense of appreciation for your journey. This gratitude strengthens motivation, reminding you that each step forward is a testament to your effort and perseverance. It shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, highlighting the richness of growth. When you prioritize progress, you build trust in yourself. Each act of effort, no matter how small, reinforces the belief that you are capable of growth and achievement. This self-trust becomes a powerful source of motivation, encouraging you to take on new challenges and pursue your aspirations with confidence. It reminds you that success is not about being perfect, but about showing up and giving your best. Progress also nurtures resilience. Perfection often crumbles under pressure, unable to withstand the unpredictability of life. Progress, however, thrives on persistence, turning setbacks into stepping stones. Each challenge overcome through consistent effort strengthens your ability to face future difficulties with courage and determination. The Stoics taught the importance of living in accordance with nature, accepting the impermanence and imperfection of life. Progress aligns with this principle, encouraging you to work with the natural flow of growth rather than fighting against it. It reminds you that improvement is a process, one that unfolds over time through dedication and patience. Embracing progress also fosters connection. When you let go of the need to appear perfect, you become more authentic and relatable. This authenticity deepens your relationships, creating space for vulnerability and mutual support. It reminds you that growth is not a solitary journey, but one that is enriched by the presence and encouragement of others. Progress invites you to redefine success. Instead of measuring achievement by flawless results, you begin to value effort, learning, and growth. This redefinition creates a sense of fulfillment as you recognize that each step forward, no matter how small, is a meaningful contribution to your journey. It reminds you that success is not a moment, but a series of actions aligned with your values. When you focus on progress, you create a life of continuous growth. Perfection suggests an endpoint, a static state of achievement. Progress, in contrast, is dynamic, constantly evolving and expanding. It encourages you to keep striving, to keep learning, and to keep becoming. This mindset transforms life from a pursuit of unattainable standards into a celebration of ongoing discovery and improvement. Progress also teaches gratitude for the process. Each effort, each small victory, becomes a moment to appreciate your capacity to grow. This gratitude creates a sense of joy and purpose, reminding you that the journey itself is the reward. It aligns with the Stoic principle of finding contentment in the present while striving for a better future. Ultimately, progress is about showing up. It's about taking steps forward even when the path is unclear, even when the destination feels distant. The Stoics remind us that effort is never wasted, that each action contributes to the life you are building. By embracing progress, you create a foundation of resilience, curiosity, and purpose, turning each day into an opportunity for growth. Progress is the thread that connects effort to fulfillment, but to truly harness its power, you must master the foundation on which it rests, your inner world. The quality of your mornings depends not on external circumstances, but on your ability to command your thoughts and align them with purpose. Inner mastery is the art of guiding your mindset with intention, transforming how you approach each day, and ultimately shaping the course of your life. Mastery over your thoughts is not a single act, but a continuous practice, a commitment to self-awareness and deliberate action that turns mornings into a sanctuary of empowerment. Your thoughts hold the key to your experience of the world. Without mastery, they can wander unchecked, shaped by distractions, doubts, and external pressures. With mastery, they become tools to sharpen focus, build resilience, and fuel purposeful action. The first step toward inner mastery is cultivating self-awareness. This begins with observing your thoughts as they arise, identifying patterns and triggers without judgment. Awareness is not about control, but understanding, recognizing how your internal dialogue influences your emotions and actions. Self-awareness creates a foundation for clarity. When you begin the day by acknowledging your thoughts, you can separate helpful intentions from unproductive noise. This clarity allows you to direct your energy toward what matters most, rather than being pulled in multiple directions. It transforms your mornings from chaotic reactions to deliberate beginnings, where every action aligns with your priorities. Mastering your mornings requires recognizing the power of focus. The mind naturally drifts, seeking stimulation and avoiding discomfort. Focus is the discipline of returning your attention to the present moment, of choosing where to direct your thoughts. This is not about eliminating distractions, but training your mind to prioritize what truly deserves your energy. Morning practices like journaling, meditation, or simply sitting in quiet reflection strengthen this focus, creating mental space to navigate the day with intention. Inner mastery also involves cultivating emotional resilience. Mornings often bring challenges, unexpected tasks, lingering fatigue, or difficult emotions. Resilience is the ability to acknowledge these experiences without being overwhelmed by them. It is the strength to face discomfort and uncertainty with grace, using your thoughts as a compass to guide you through turbulence. This resilience creates a sense of steadiness, allowing you to act with purpose even in the face of difficulty. A crucial aspect of mastering your mindset is shifting from reactive to proactive thinking. Reactivity often stems from letting external circumstances dictate your thoughts and actions. Proactive thinking, on the other hand, begins with setting intentions. Before the world makes demands of you, decide how you will approach the day, what attitudes you will embody, what values you will uphold, and what goals you will pursue. This proactive stance puts you in control, shaping your day rather than being shaped by it. Gratitude is a powerful tool for inner mastery. Starting the day with gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present. It creates a mindset of abundance, reminding you of the resources, relationships, and opportunities that support you. Gratitude fosters optimism, motivating you to act with confidence and purpose. It also grounds you in the present moment, freeing you from the weight of past regrets or future anxieties. Mindset mastery also requires understanding the relationship between thoughts and actions. Your actions reflect your inner dialogue. When your thoughts are aligned with purpose, your actions follow suit. This alignment creates momentum, turning small, intentional steps into meaningful progress. It reinforces the belief that you are capable of shaping your reality, building self-trust and motivation. Resisting negative thought patterns is another element of inner mastery. The mind often gravitates toward worry, self-doubt, or comparison. These patterns drain energy and diminish confidence. Recognizing and reframing these thoughts is essential. Instead of allowing them to dictate your actions, challenge their validity and replace them with empowering perspectives. This practice requires patience and persistence, but becomes easier with time, strengthening your ability to navigate challenges with resilience. The Stoics emphasized the importance of controlling what is within your power, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes. This principle is the cornerstone of inner mastery. External events are unpredictable, but your response to them is always within your control. By focusing on your internal state, you create a sense of freedom and agency that empowers you to face uncertainty with courage and clarity. Routines play a significant role in supporting inner mastery. A structured morning routine provides a framework for directing your thoughts and actions with intention. Practices like journaling, exercise, or mindfulness create anchors that keep you grounded, reducing the likelihood of being swept away by distractions or negative emotions. These routines become habits that reinforce your commitment to self-mastery. Inner mastery also involves embracing imperfection. The pursuit of control can sometimes lead to frustration when things don't go as planned. Mastery is not about perfection, but adaptability, the ability to adjust your mindset and actions in response to changing circumstances. This flexibility creates resilience, allowing you to maintain your focus and purpose even when the day unfolds differently than expected. Self-compassion is a vital component of mastering your mindset. The journey of growth is not linear, and setbacks are inevitable. Treating yourself with kindness during moments of difficulty fosters resilience and encourages persistence. Self-compassion reminds you that mastery is a process, one that requires patience and understanding as you navigate the complexities of life. Empowered mornings also come from cultivating a sense of curiosity. Curiosity transforms obstacles into opportunities for learning and growth. When you approach challenges with an open mind, you expand your perspective and discover new ways forward. This mindset keeps you engaged and motivated, turning mornings into a time of exploration and possibility. Inner mastery is strengthened through reflection. At the end of each day, take time to review your thoughts and actions. Consider what worked well, what could be improved, and how your mindset influenced your experiences. This reflection deepens your self-awareness and provides insight into how to approach future mornings with greater intention and clarity. Resilience, focus, and clarity are the fruits of mastering your inner world. These qualities enable you to navigate the complexities of life with confidence and purpose. Each morning becomes an opportunity to strengthen these skills, to build a foundation of self-trust and empowerment that carries you through the day. Mastering your mornings is ultimately about taking responsibility for your experience of life. It is a practice of aligning your thoughts, actions, and values to create a sense of harmony and purpose. By committing to this practice, you transform mornings from a time of hesitation into a time of empowerment, setting the stage for a day and a life of intention and growth. Mastering your mornings requires aligning your thoughts and actions, but even the clearest intentions can be drowned out by the constant noise of distractions and demands. Life is full of competing priorities, each vying for your attention, leaving you overwhelmed and drained. The Stoics understood the necessity of quieting the noise, urging a focus on what truly matters. In this practice lies the key to a more intentional, meaningful, and motivated life. By learning to filter out the unnecessary, you create space for clarity and purpose, where your energy can be directed toward what aligns with your values. Noise doesn't only come from the outside world, it exists within. The endless chatter of self-doubt, unnecessary worry, and mental clutter. Focusing on what matters begins by addressing this inner noise. Start with awareness, paying attention to the patterns that cloud your thoughts. Are you fixated on fears you cannot control, comparing yourself to others, or dwelling on past mistakes? Identifying these distractions is the first step toward releasing their hold. With practice, you learn to separate useful thoughts from those that pull you away from your goals. External noise often feels unavoidable. The constant stream of notifications, the demands of others, and the societal pressure to do more and achieve more can overwhelm your sense of direction. The Stoic principle of focusing on what is within your control is a powerful antidote. While you cannot eliminate every distraction, you can decide how you respond. Creating boundaries, turning off notifications, setting specific times for communication, or simply saying no to unnecessary obligations helps protect your focus. Simplicity is a cornerstone of eliminating noise. The Stoics valued clarity and purpose, teaching that a life focused on essentials is a life of freedom. Simplifying your day starts with identifying your priorities. What aligns with your values? What tasks or commitments truly contribute to your goals? By filtering out what is unnecessary, you reclaim energy and attention for what matters most. This practice reduces overwhelm and increases your capacity to engage fully with meaningful pursuits. The act of simplifying extends beyond tasks to physical spaces. Clutter in your environment often mirrors clutter in your mind. Creating a clean, organized space promotes a sense of calm and focus, allowing you to work and think more effectively. It is a physical reminder to prioritize quality over quantity, reinforcing the Stoic principle of valuing what serves your purpose. Mindfulness is a vital tool for focusing on essentials. The practice of being present in each moment sharpens your ability to discern what is truly important. Instead of rushing through the day in a haze of distractions, mindfulness allows you to approach each task with intention and clarity. This focus enhances the quality of your work and deepens your sense of fulfillment as you are fully engaged in what you are doing. Gratitude also plays a role in eliminating noise. Reflecting on what you have shifts your mindset from scarcity to abundance, reducing the pull of unnecessary desires or comparisons. Gratitude grounds you in the present, reminding you that what you have is enough. This perspective simplifies your priorities, focusing your energy on nurturing what already brings value to your life. Focusing on what matters requires self-discipline. It's easy to be pulled in multiple directions, especially when distractions offer immediate gratification. Discipline is the practice of choosing long-term fulfillment over short-term ease. It is saying no to what is irrelevant, even when it tempts you, and committing to the actions that align with your purpose. Each act of discipline strengthens your resolve, creating habits that make focusing on essentials more natural over time. The Stoics emphasized the importance of time, reminding us that it is the one resource we can never regain. Recognizing the value of your time motivates you to spend it wisely. Reflect on how you allocate your hours. Are they filled with activities that bring growth, joy, or connection, or are they consumed by tasks that leave you feeling empty? This awareness helps you redirect your time toward what enriches your life, eliminating the noise of meaningless busyness. Focusing on essentials also involves letting go of the fear of missing out. The desire to do everything often leads to doing nothing well. Embracing the idea that you cannot and should not do it all frees you to excel in what matters. The Stoics taught that choosing a few meaningful pursuits over many shallow distractions creates a deeper and more fulfilling life. This approach is not about limitation, but about depth, allowing you to immerse yourself fully in what you choose to prioritize. Reflection is another powerful practice for eliminating noise. At the end of each day, take a moment to review your actions and thoughts. What brought value? What felt unnecessary? This reflection creates a feedback loop, helping you refine your focus and make better choices moving forward. It ensures that each day is a step closer to living in alignment with your values. Clarity in communication is a key aspect of reducing noise. Misunderstandings, vague expectations, or overcommitting often lead to stress and wasted energy. Clear, intentional communication, whether with yourself or others, simplifies interactions and prevents unnecessary complications. It aligns your actions with your priorities and ensures that your efforts are directed where they are most needed. Eliminating noise is not about avoiding challenges or discomfort. It is about distinguishing between what is truly necessary for growth and what distracts from it. Challenges aligned with your purpose are opportunities for development, while those rooted in unnecessary complexity drain your energy. Learning to discern the difference allows you to approach difficulties with clarity and strength. Focusing on essentials also means embracing imperfection. The pursuit of perfection often creates noise, filling your mind with self-doubt and unattainable standards. Progress is more valuable than flawless execution. By accepting that imperfection is part of growth, you free yourself from the noise of unrealistic expectations, focusing instead on consistent effort and improvement. The Stoics taught that aligning your actions with your values creates a sense of harmony. This alignment simplifies your decisions, as each choice is guided by what matters most. It reduces the internal conflict that arises from pursuing conflicting desires, creating a sense of peace and direction. This harmony is a powerful motivator, as it reinforces the belief that your efforts are meaningful and purposeful. Eliminating noise requires a commitment to self-awareness. The practice of regularly checking in with yourself, your thoughts, emotions, and actions ensures that you remain aligned with your goals. This self-awareness acts as a compass, helping you navigate distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. By quieting the noise, you create a life of clarity, intention, and fulfillment. Each day becomes an opportunity to act with purpose, free from the distractions that dilute your energy. The practice of focusing on essentials is not a one-time effort, but a continuous process, a daily commitment to living in alignment with your values and priorities. Through this practice, you cultivate a life of depth, meaning, and unshakable motivation. Focusing on what truly matters requires clarity and discipline, yet even with the best intentions, alignment can drift without self-reflection. The Stoics recognized that staying connected to one's purpose demands regular introspection, a practice of holding oneself accountable. This is not about self-criticism, but about asking meaningful questions that center your thoughts, refine your actions, and ensure your life remains aligned with your values. Morning questions, rooted in Stoic wisdom, are a powerful tool for this practice, guiding you to face each day with clarity and resolve. The practice of self-accountability begins with honesty. It requires you to face yourself without excuses, looking clearly at your intentions, behaviors, and priorities. A question as simple as, "What am I truly striving for today?" can bring your goals into focus, cutting through the noise of distractions. It redirects your energy toward actions that contribute meaningfully to your larger purpose. This clarity not only motivates, but also simplifies decision-making, as each choice becomes guided by what aligns with your day's intention. Another key question to ask in the morning is, what is within my control today? The Stoics emphasize the importance of focusing on what you can influence, rather than wasting energy on the uncontrollable. This question grounds you in the present, shifting your perspective from external pressures to internal capabilities. It reminds you that while outcomes may be uncertain, your efforts and attitudes remain within your power. This understanding fosters a sense of agency, motivating you to act decisively without being overwhelmed by circumstances. Accountability also requires reflection on your values. A morning question like, "How can I live in alignment with my principles today?" serves as a reminder of what matters most to you. Whether it's integrity, kindness, or perseverance, anchoring your actions in your values creates a sense of consistency and purpose. It ensures that your goals are not only ambitious, but also meaningful, contributing to a life of depth and fulfillment. Asking, "What challenges might I face today, and how will I respond?" prepares you to navigate obstacles with resilience. The Stoics believed that foreseeing difficulties allowed for a more composed response. This question encourages you to anticipate potential setbacks, both external and internal, and to plan for how you will address them. It strengthens your resolve, reminding you that challenges are opportunities to practice patience, creativity, and strength. Self-accountability also involves acknowledging your responsibilities. A question like, "Who depends on me today, and how can I support them?" shifts your focus outward, reminding you of the connections that shape your life. This perspective encourages acts of service and reinforces the idea that your actions impact others. It aligns your goals with the broader context of community and relationships, creating a sense of shared purpose. Gratitude is another essential aspect of self-accountability. Beginning the day with a question like, "What am I grateful for today?" centers your mind on abundance rather than lack. Gratitude not only fosters a positive outlook, but also strengthens your commitment to your goals by highlighting the resources and opportunities you have. It reminds you that even in the face of challenges, there is much to appreciate and build upon. A powerful question for staying motivated is, what small step can I take today toward my larger goals? This approach shifts the focus from overwhelming ambitions to manageable actions. The Stoics valued steady progress over perfection, understanding that significant achievements are built on consistent effort. Identifying and committing to one step at a time creates momentum, reinforcing the belief that every action contributes to your purpose. Reflection on past experiences also deepens accountability. Asking, "What did I learn from yesterday that I can apply today?" transforms mistakes into lessons and successes into strategies. This question fosters a growth mindset, encouraging you to view each day as an opportunity for improvement. It reinforces the idea that progress is a continuous journey, shaped by both reflection and action. Another valuable question is, what distractions or temptations might arise, and how will I handle them? Anticipating potential disruptions allows you to create strategies for staying focused. Whether it's limiting screen time, setting boundaries, or prioritizing essential tasks, this proactive approach strengthens your ability to maintain alignment with your goals. It transforms distractions from obstacles into opportunities to practice discipline and self-control. Self-accountability also involves considering the broader impact of your actions. A question like, "How can my efforts today contribute to something greater than myself?" shifts your perspective from personal ambition to collective purpose. It reminds you that your goals are part of a larger context, whether it's your family, community, or the world at large. This perspective enhances motivation by connecting your actions to a deeper sense of meaning. At the heart of self-accountability is the question, am I living as the person I aspire to be? This inquiry invites a deeper level of introspection, challenging you to consider whether your actions align with your vision of yourself. It encourages authenticity, pushing you to act in ways that reflect your highest values and aspirations. This alignment creates a sense of integrity, strengthening your resolve to pursue your goals with purpose. Self-reflection in the morning is not a passive exercise, but a practice of active engagement with your thoughts and intentions. Each question serves as a tool for sharpening your focus, clarifying your goals, and deepening your connection to your values. It transforms mornings into a time of preparation and empowerment, where you align your mindset and actions with the life you want to create. Accountability also requires flexibility. As the day unfolds, unexpected challenges or opportunities may arise. Revisiting your morning questions throughout the day ensures that you remain adaptable without losing sight of your goals. This ongoing reflection reinforces your commitment to self-mastery, allowing you to navigate change with clarity and purpose. Consistency is key to making self-accountability a habit. The more regularly you engage in this practice, the more natural it becomes to align your thoughts and actions with your goals. Over time, these questions become ingrained in your daily routine, creating a foundation of self-awareness and motivation that supports long-term growth. Ultimately, self-accountability is a practice of integrity. It is a commitment to living in alignment with your values, goals, and aspirations. By beginning each day with intentional questions, you take ownership of your life, creating a path of purpose and fulfillment. This practice transforms not only your mornings, but your entire approach to life, empowering you to face each day with clarity, courage, and unwavering motivation. Aligning your thoughts through self-reflection provides clarity, but it is action that turns clarity into momentum. Purposeful steps taken at the start of the day have the power to reshape your path, creating a foundation of focus and drive that carries through every moment. The Stoics emphasized that thought without action is incomplete. It is through meaningful action that intentions come alive. Beginning your day with deliberate, impactful steps not only aligns you with your values, but also sets the tone for a day of purpose and fulfillment. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. Starting your day with purposeful action establishes direction, preventing hesitation or distractions from derailing your focus. When the first thing you do in the morning aligns with your goals, it reinforces a sense of control and mastery over your life. This initial act creates a ripple effect, making it easier to maintain motivation and build momentum as the day progresses. Purposeful steps anchor you in the present moment. Instead of being overwhelmed by the demands of the day or paralyzed by the uncertainty of the future, taking immediate action grounds you in what can be done right now. This focus not only reduces anxiety, but also allows you to channel your energy into tasks that truly matter. It is a practice of choosing presence over procrastination, of acting with intention rather than hesitation. The Stoics taught that virtue is realized through action. Acting with purpose is an expression of integrity, demonstrating a commitment to living in alignment with your values. Whether it's a simple act of discipline, like making your bed or preparing a healthy breakfast, or a more complex task, like tackling a challenging project, these actions reflect your dedication to excellence. Each purposeful step becomes a statement of who you are and who you are becoming. Purposeful action also combats inertia. The longer you delay starting, the harder it becomes to begin. By taking immediate steps, you overcome the resistance that often accompanies the transition from thought to action. This practice trains your mind to prioritize effort over comfort, building a habit of momentum that makes it easier to tackle challenges throughout the day. Starting with action also reinforces the belief that progress is possible, even in small increments. Action builds confidence. Each completed task, no matter how small, is a reminder of your capability. Purposeful steps taken in the morning serve as proof that you can follow through on your intentions, creating a sense of accomplishment that motivates you to take on more. This confidence is not about perfection, but about consistency, showing up for yourself and your goals every day. Purposeful action is also deeply connected to discipline. Starting the day with deliberate steps requires choosing what aligns with your priorities rather than what is convenient or easy. This practice strengthens your ability to resist distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. Discipline, when cultivated through consistent action, becomes a source of freedom, allowing you to navigate your day with clarity and purpose. Taking purposeful steps in the morning is an act of self-respect. It signals that your goals and values are worth investing in, that you are committed to creating a life of meaning and integrity. This self-respect fosters a deeper connection to your purpose, reminding you that your efforts are not just tasks to be completed, but expressions of your highest self. Action also creates opportunities for growth. Each step you take, especially those outside your comfort zone, challenges you to expand your skills, knowledge, and resilience. Purposeful action transforms fear of failure into a willingness to learn, turning obstacles into stepping stones. This mindset encourages you to approach your day with curiosity and determination, knowing that every effort contributes to your development. Starting the day with action simplifies decision-making. When you have a clear purpose, your choices become guided by what aligns with your goals. This clarity reduces the mental fatigue of constant deliberation, freeing your energy for more meaningful pursuits. Purposeful steps create a sense of flow, where each action leads naturally to the next. Purposeful action also fosters gratitude. Each step taken toward your goals is a reminder of the opportunities, resources, and support that make your efforts possible. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is available, creating a sense of abundance that fuels motivation. This mindset transforms your actions from obligations to privileges, infusing your day with positivity and purpose. The act of starting with purpose also enhances relationships. When your actions align with your values, you bring a centered and focused presence to your interactions with others. This presence fosters deeper connections, creating a ripple effect that extends your sense of purpose beyond yourself. Purposeful steps taken in the morning set the stage for meaningful contributions to your relationships and community. Action requires courage. Starting the day with deliberate steps often means facing uncertainty, discomfort, or fear. The Stoics taught that courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Each purposeful step becomes a practice of bravery, strengthening your ability to face challenges with resilience and grace. Action is also a form of preparation. By taking purposeful steps in the morning, you equip yourself to handle the demands of the day. Whether it's organizing your thoughts, planning your priorities, or completing a foundational task, these actions create a sense of readiness that reduces stress and increases confidence. Preparation through action ensures that you approach your day with a proactive mindset rather than a reactive one. Purposeful steps remind you of your agency. In a world filled with external pressures and unpredictability, starting with action is a declaration of your ability to shape your experience. It reinforces the Stoic principle that while you cannot control everything, you can control how you respond. This sense of agency empowers you to approach your day with intention and determination. Starting the day with action also cultivates gratitude for time. Each purposeful step is an acknowledgement that time is a precious resource, one that deserves to be spent wisely. This awareness motivates you to act with urgency and intention, making the most of each moment. Purposeful steps transform your day from a series of tasks into a meaningful journey, where every action contributes to a larger vision. Through consistent action, you build habits that support your goals. Purposeful steps taken each morning create a foundation of discipline and focus that becomes second nature. These habits not only make it easier to maintain motivation, but also free your mind to engage more deeply with your values and aspirations. Over time, these habits create a life of alignment and fulfillment, where your actions consistently reflect your highest intentions. Leading with action is ultimately about taking responsibility for your life. It is a practice of choosing to act rather than wait, to create rather than react. Purposeful steps remind you that progress is not achieved through wishful thinking, but through deliberate effort. Each morning becomes an opportunity to align your actions with your values, creating a day and a life that reflects the best of who you are. Through this practice, you cultivate a mindset of empowerment, resilience, and unwavering motivation. Taking purposeful steps lays the foundation for a day filled with clarity and action, but life is rarely predictable. Challenges and disruptions will arise, testing your ability to remain composed. The Stoics recognized that true strength lies not in avoiding difficulty, but in meeting it with a calm and steady mind. Staying calm in any situation is a skill, a form of mastery that transforms chaos into clarity and confusion into opportunity. It's not about suppressing emotion, but about managing your inner state so you can respond wisely and effectively no matter what unfolds. Calmness begins with awareness. In moments of stress, the first step is to acknowledge the situation without judgment or resistance. Recognizing what is happening allows you to separate the event from your immediate reaction. This awareness creates a pause, a critical moment where you regain control over your response. Instead of reacting impulsively, you can choose to approach the situation with reason and intention. A powerful tool for staying calm is the practice of perspective. The Stoics often ask themselves whether a challenge would matter in the long term. By expanding your view, you can reframe difficulties as temporary and manageable. This shift in perspective reduces the intensity of the situation, allowing you to focus on solutions rather than becoming overwhelmed by the problem. Perspective reminds you that most challenges, no matter how urgent they feel in the moment, are not life-defining. Focusing on what is within your control is another key to maintaining calm. Many situations create stress because they highlight aspects of life that are beyond your influence. The Stoics taught that peace comes from directing your energy toward what you can change and accepting what you cannot. This principle frees you from the futile effort of trying to control the uncontrollable, redirecting your focus to constructive action. Breathing is a simple yet powerful practice for finding calm. When stress arises, your breath often becomes shallow and rapid, fueling feelings of anxiety. Conscious deep breathing slows your heart rate and signals to your body that it is safe to relax. This physiological shift creates mental clarity, allowing you to approach the situation with a composed and focused mind. Breathing is a tool you carry with you at all times, ready to be used whenever calmness is needed. Embracing acceptance is a cornerstone of Stoic calm. Resistance to reality often amplifies stress, turning challenges into sources of frustration or despair. Acceptance is not about passivity, but about acknowledging what is, without trying to force it to be different. This mindset creates a sense of peace, allowing you to work with the situation rather than against it. Acceptance opens the door to creative problem-solving, as it frees your mind from the constraints of denial or resistance. Staying calm also requires emotional resilience. The Stoics understood that emotions are natural and unavoidable, but believed that they should not dictate your actions. Resilience is the ability to feel emotions fully while remaining anchored in reason. It is the practice of allowing emotions to pass through you without being carried away by them. This balance creates a steady inner state, where calmness becomes a source of strength rather than vulnerability. Clarity of purpose is another anchor for calmness. When you are clear about your values and goals, disruptions become less overwhelming. Each challenge is viewed in the context of your larger purpose, reducing its power to derail you. Purpose creates a sense of direction, reminding you that every obstacle is an opportunity to practice resilience and integrity. This mindset transforms difficulties from threats into opportunities for growth. Mindfulness is a vital practice for staying calm. By focusing on the present moment, mindfulness helps you detach from the anxiety of what might happen or the regret of what has already occurred. It anchors you in the here and now, where you can assess the situation objectively and take deliberate action. Mindfulness also enhances your awareness of your thoughts and emotions, allowing you to respond to them with wisdom rather than impulsiveness. Gratitude is a surprising yet effective tool for finding calm. Stress often narrows your focus to what is wrong, creating a sense of scarcity or lack. Gratitude broadens your perspective, reminding you of the resources, relationships, and strengths that support you. It shifts your attention from what is missing to what is present, creating a sense of abundance and resilience. Gratitude is not about ignoring difficulties, but about recognizing the good that exists alongside them. Preparation is another key to maintaining calm. Many stressful situations arise from feeling unprepared or out of control. By anticipating potential challenges and planning your response, you create a sense of readiness that reduces anxiety. This preparation extends beyond practical steps to include mental rehearsals, where you envision yourself responding calmly and effectively. The Stoics called this practice premeditatio malorum, or premeditation of evils, a powerful technique for building resilience. Letting go of perfection is essential for staying calm. Perfectionism creates unnecessary pressure, turning minor setbacks into sources of stress. Embracing imperfection allows you to approach challenges with flexibility and adaptability, focusing on progress rather than flawless execution. This mindset reduces the weight of expectations, creating space for calm and deliberate action. Self-compassion is a powerful ally in maintaining calm. Stress often triggers self-criticism, amplifying feelings of failure or inadequacy. Treating yourself with kindness during difficult moments fosters resilience and encourages persistence. Self-compassion reminds you that calmness is a practice, not a fixed state, and that every effort to remain composed is a step toward mastery. Calmness also comes from trusting your ability to navigate uncertainty. Many stressful situations are marked by unpredictability, which can create fear and hesitation. Trusting in your resourcefulness and adaptability allows you to face uncertainty with confidence. This trust is built through experience, as each challenge overcome reinforces your belief in your capacity to handle whatever comes next. Connection to others can also support your calmness. Sharing your thoughts and feelings with trusted friends or mentors provides perspective and reassurance. These connections remind you that you are not alone, creating a sense of support that reduces the weight of stress. Helping others during difficult times can also create a sense of purpose and resilience, as it shifts your focus from your own challenges to the collective good. Staying calm requires practice. Like any skill, it becomes stronger with consistent effort. Each time you face a challenge with composure, you reinforce your ability to do so again. Over time, calmness becomes a natural response, a steady presence that supports you through life's uncertainties. This practice is not about eliminating stress, but about transforming your relationship with it, turning it into an opportunity for growth and strength. Through calmness, you cultivate a life of clarity and purpose. Each situation, no matter how challenging, becomes an opportunity to practice resilience, to deepen your self-awareness, and to align your actions with your values. Calmness is not just a response to difficulty, but a way of being, a practice of meeting life's complexities with grace and strength. By mastering this skill, you create a foundation of steadiness that supports every aspect of your journey, allowing you to navigate life with unwavering confidence and clarity. Maintaining calm in the face of challenges is a cornerstone of resilience, but the people we surround ourselves with often influence our inner peace more than external events. Relationships are powerful. They can uplift, inspire, and nurture growth, or they can drain energy, cloud judgment, and pull us away from our purpose. The Stoics understood the significance of choosing companions wisely, especially as we age, when energy becomes precious and time more valuable. Recognizing and avoiding harmful influences is not about rejecting others, but about protecting your peace and preserving your focus on what truly matters. Some individuals bring chaos wherever they go. Their presence disrupts stability, creating unnecessary drama that consumes your attention and leaves you feeling unsettled. These people thrive on conflict or manipulation, drawing others into their web of confusion. Distance from such personalities allows you to maintain clarity and calm, ensuring that your efforts are directed toward meaningful pursuits rather than navigating their chaos. Another type to avoid are those who perpetually complain but take no action to change their circumstances. Their negativity can seep into your mindset, making it harder to remain optimistic and motivated. While empathy is important, surrounding yourself with people who consistently resist growth can hinder your own. Instead, seek connections that encourage resilience and inspire solutions. Some individuals take advantage of others, driven by selfish motives. They exploit kindness, generosity, or trust for personal gain, leaving those around them feeling used or betrayed. These relationships often come at a high emotional cost, draining resources without reciprocation. Setting firm boundaries with such individuals preserves your energy and ensures that your relationships are built on mutual respect and authenticity. There are those who dismiss or belittle your ambitions, doubting your capabilities or undermining your confidence. Their skepticism can create self-doubt, making it harder to pursue your goals with conviction. The Stoics valued supportive relationships that fostered growth and courage. Choosing to avoid naysayers who diminish your potential creates space for encouragement and collaboration. People who lack integrity can also destabilize your sense of purpose. Their dishonesty, inconsistency, or unethical behavior creates a foundation of mistrust that erodes the quality of the relationship. Aligning with individuals who value truth and accountability reinforces your commitment to living with integrity and purpose. Some individuals thrive on control, seeking to dominate relationships through manipulation or intimidation. Their need for power can stifle your autonomy, creating a dynamic where your needs and values are overshadowed. Avoiding such influences allows you to maintain a sense of independence and ensures that your relationships are built on equality and mutual respect. There are those who resist change, clinging to outdated beliefs or habits that hinder progress. Their unwillingness to grow can create stagnation, making it difficult to pursue new opportunities or embrace transformation. Surrounding yourself with open-minded and forward-thinking individuals fosters innovation and adaptability, essential qualities for a fulfilling life. Some relationships are marked by constant criticism, where every action is scrutinized and every flaw highlighted. This dynamic creates an environment of insecurity, eroding self-esteem and making it harder to take risks or embrace vulnerability. The Stoics valued constructive feedback rooted in care and mutual growth. Avoiding relationships that are overly critical ensures that your interactions build confidence rather than diminish it. There are those who prioritize superficial connections, focusing on appearances or material wealth rather than depth and authenticity. These relationships often lack the substance needed to weather challenges, leaving you feeling unfulfilled. Choosing to invest in genuine connections that align with your values creates a network of support that enriches your life. As you age, the importance of choosing relationships wisely becomes even more pronounced. The people you allow into your life shape your experiences, influencing your mindset, actions, and overall well-being. By recognizing and avoiding harmful influences, you create space for connections that uplift and inspire, fostering a sense of purpose and resilience that carries you through every stage of life. Avoiding harmful relationships protects your peace and ensures that your energy is directed toward meaningful connections, But building a fulfilling life also requires a strong internal framework. The Stoics believed that life's complexities could be navigated with simple yet profound principles, rules that guide daily actions, shape character, and lead to a life of purpose and resilience. At the dawn of each day, these rules become anchors, grounding you in clarity and intention, while empowering you to face challenges with grace and strength. One rule that frames Stoic living is to always begin with gratitude. Gratitude shifts the focus from what is lacking to what is present, creating a sense of abundance that energizes and motivates. Starting the day by acknowledging your blessings, health, opportunities, relationships, grounds your mindset in positivity. Gratitude is not passive, it compels action. It inspires you to use what you have wisely and to give back, reinforcing a life of purpose and contribution. Clarity of purpose is another fundamental principle. The Stoics believed in living with intention, ensuring that every action aligns with a higher goal. Beginning the day with a question like, "What is my purpose today?" sharpens your focus and eliminates unnecessary distractions. This clarity simplifies decision-making and helps prioritize efforts that align with your values. Purpose gives each moment meaning, turning mundane tasks into opportunities to contribute to a greater vision. A commitment to self-discipline is essential. Discipline ensures that you act according to your principles rather than impulses or external pressures. This rule transforms your mornings from reactive to proactive. Discipline doesn't stifle freedom, it enhances it by removing the chaos of indecision. Whether it's resisting the temptation to procrastinate or committing to a daily routine, discipline builds the foundation for consistent progress. Acceptance is a cornerstone of Stoic thought. Life is unpredictable, and resistance to what is beyond your control only creates frustration. Acceptance is not resignation, but the ability to work with reality as it is. Each morning, resolve to accept the events of the day with grace, focusing on how you will respond rather than wishing circumstances were different. This mindset fosters resilience and adaptability, qualities that enable growth even in the face of adversity. Another vital rule is to practice mindfulness. The Stoics emphasize the importance of being present, fully engaged in the moment at hand. Mindfulness sharpens awareness, allowing you to approach tasks with focus and intention. It reduces anxiety about the future and regret over the past, creating a sense of calm and clarity. Beginning your day with mindfulness, whether through meditation, reflection, or simply observing your breath, sets a tone of presence and control. The Stoics also taught the value of humility. Humility reminds you that you are always a student, that growth is a continuous process. Approaching the day with humility opens you to learning from every experience, every interaction, and every challenge. It tempers ego and fosters gratitude, ensuring that success is met with grace and setbacks with wisdom. Patience is another rule that enriches life. In a world of instant gratification, patience allows you to remain calm and composed as you work toward your goals. It reminds you that meaningful achievements require time and effort, that progress is often slow but steady. Patience also enhances your interactions with others, fostering understanding and compassion. By committing to patience each morning, you create a mindset that is both resilient and kind. Generosity is a rule that expands your impact on the world. Generosity is not limited to material gifts. It includes time, attention, encouragement, and kindness. Each morning, resolve to approach the day with a spirit of giving, seeking opportunities to uplift others. Generosity creates a ripple effect, strengthening relationships and reinforcing the interconnectedness of all lives. The Stoics emphasized the importance of courage. Courage is the willingness to face discomfort, uncertainty, or fear in pursuit of what is right. It is not the absence of fear, but the ability to act despite it. Each day, resolve to act with courage, whether it's standing up for your values, taking on a challenging task, or embracing vulnerability. Courage strengthens character and creates a life of integrity and purpose. Simplicity is another guiding principle. A simple life is not devoid of richness, but focused on what truly matters. Simplifying your day means eliminating unnecessary distractions, commitments, or possessions that dilute your energy and focus. It's about creating space for what enriches your life, meaningful work, authentic relationships, and personal growth. Each morning, commit to simplicity by prioritizing quality over quantity, essence over excess. Another essential rule is self-awareness. Self-awareness is the ability to observe your thoughts, emotions, and actions without judgment, gaining insight into your motivations and behaviors. Each day, take a moment to reflect on how you are showing up in the world. Are your actions aligned with your values? Are your interactions fostering connection and understanding? Self-awareness deepens your connection to yourself and others, creating a life of authenticity and growth. The Stoics valued consistency. Consistency turns principles into habits and intentions into results. It is the practice of showing up every day, no matter how you feel or what obstacles arise. Consistency reinforces discipline, builds resilience, and ensures progress. Each morning, commit to consistency in your efforts, knowing that small, steady actions create a foundation for long-term fulfillment. These Stoic rules for the dawn of every life are not rigid commandments, but guiding principles that adapt to your unique journey. They serve as reminders of what matters most, shaping your thoughts and actions with intention and integrity. By embracing these rules each morning, you create a life of depth, purpose, and resilience, one that reflects the best of who you are and the potential of who you can become. A life guided by intentional principles creates strength and clarity, but maintaining the vitality to live fully also requires nurturing the body. Aging is inevitable, but how we age depends largely on the choices we make. Food, deeply tied to the Stoic philosophy of simplicity and balance, holds the power to influence not just physical health, but also mental clarity and energy. Certain foods, often overlooked, carry properties that help reduce the effects of aging, enhancing both longevity and quality of life. By understanding and incorporating these hidden nutritional treasures, you can support a life that reflects resilience and vitality. The first key to leveraging food as a tool against aging is understanding its role beyond sustenance. Food is more than fuel. It is information for your cells, influencing how your body repairs itself, combats inflammation, and maintains balance. Choosing foods rich in nutrients that support these processes aligns with the Stoic principle of focusing on what truly matters. When you nourish your body with intention, you equip it to withstand the inevitable challenges of aging. One essential category of anti-aging foods is those rich in antioxidants. These compounds neutralize free radicals, unstable molecules that contribute to cellular damage and accelerate aging. Foods like dark berries, such as blueberries and blackberries, are potent sources of antioxidants. They not only protect cells, but also support brain health, reducing the risk of cognitive decline. Including such foods in your daily diet reinforces the Stoic idea of caring for the mind and body as interconnected parts of a whole. Another overlooked yet powerful anti-aging food group is those high in omega-3 fatty acids, found in fatty fish like salmon, as well as plant sources like flax seeds and walnuts. Omega-3s reduce inflammation, support heart health, and enhance brain function. Chronic inflammation is a significant driver of aging, affecting everything from skin elasticity to joint health. Incorporating these foods reflects a proactive approach to maintaining vitality, a practice rooted in Stoic wisdom that values prevention over reaction. Fermented foods, rich in probiotics, are another hidden gem in the fight against aging. Gut health is increasingly recognized as central to overall well-being, influencing immune function, mental health, and energy levels. Foods like yogurt, kimchi, and miso support a diverse and balanced gut microbiome, reducing the impact of age-related changes in digestion and immunity. The Stoic focus on balance is mirrored in the harmony these foods create within the body, supporting a strong foundation for longevity. Leafy greens such as spinach and kale are often underestimated in their ability to combat aging. Packed with vitamins, minerals, and fiber, these greens support cellular health and detoxification processes. Their high levels of vitamin K promote bone health, reducing the risk of fractures as you age. By incorporating such nutrient-dense foods, you practice the Stoic principle of simplicity, finding profound benefits in humble, everyday choices. Another critical but often forgotten food group is those containing polyphenols, compounds found in foods like green tea, dark chocolate, and olive oil. Polyphenols have been shown to reduce oxidative stress, lower inflammation, and support cardiovascular health. Consuming these foods in moderation aligns with the Stoic teaching of balance, where indulgence is tempered by mindful restraint. They remind you that healthful choices can also bring enjoyment and satisfaction. Nuts and seeds, though small, are nutritional powerhouses that contribute significantly to anti-aging efforts. Rich in healthy fats, protein, and essential minerals, they support skin health, reduce inflammation, and provide sustained energy. Almonds, for instance, are an excellent source of vitamin E, which protects skin from oxidative damage and helps maintain its elasticity. Incorporating these foods reflects the Stoic practice of making small, consistent choices that yield long-term benefits. Hydration is another critical aspect often linked to food. Foods with high water content, such as cucumbers, watermelon, and celery, help maintain hydration while providing essential vitamins and minerals. Proper hydration supports skin health, joint lubrication, and overall cellular function. The Stoic principle of caring for the basics is evident in the importance of such simple yet impactful dietary choices. Bone broth, rich in collagen and amino acids, is another hidden ally in reducing the effects of aging. Collagen supports skin elasticity, joint health, and gut integrity, all of which are areas that tend to decline with age. Incorporating bone broth into your diet reflects the Stoic understanding of interconnectedness, as it nourishes multiple systems within the body, promoting holistic health. The role of spices and herbs in anti-aging is often overlooked, but their impact is profound. Turmeric, for instance, contains curcumin, a compound with powerful anti-inflammatory and antioxidant properties. Similarly, spices like ginger and cinnamon enhance metabolism, reduce inflammation, and support digestion. Including these natural ingredients in your meals reflects the Stoic value of finding strength and vitality in nature's offerings. The timing and balance of your meals also play a role in reducing the effects of aging. Intermittent fasting, for example, is a practice aligned with Stoic principles of moderation and self-discipline. By giving the body periods of rest from digestion, you activate processes like autophagy, where the body cleans out damaged cells and promotes cellular renewal. This approach not only supports physical health, but also reinforces mental clarity and focus. The Stoic perspective encourages mindful eating, a practice that enhances the benefits of every food choice. Eating slowly and with awareness allows you to fully appreciate the nourishment your food provides, fostering gratitude and connection. This practice reduces overeating, improves digestion, and strengthens your relationship with the act of nourishing yourself. By incorporating these foods and practices into your life, you align with the Stoic values of simplicity, balance, and intentionality. Each meal becomes an opportunity to care for your body, honor your purpose, and cultivate resilience against the effects of time. The power of these choices lies not in complexity, but in consistency, reminding you that wisdom is found in the small, deliberate steps that shape a life of vitality and fulfillment. Nurturing yourself with wisdom, intentional choices, and simple, impactful actions strengthens your foundation for a balanced life. Yet, relationships, one of the most complex and rewarding aspects of life, often present challenges that require resilience and understanding. Shifting the dynamic of a relationship from being undervalued to becoming a priority involves a combination of self-respect, emotional intelligence, and Stoic principles. The ability to turn disinterest into genuine pursuit is not about manipulation, but about embodying qualities that naturally draw respect and attention. The process begins with self-respect. When you treat yourself with dignity and value, others are more likely to recognize your worth. This doesn't require grand gestures or external validation, but starts with how you speak to yourself and the boundaries you uphold. Self-respect is expressed through actions, whether it's prioritizing your growth, maintaining your standards, or refusing to compromise your values for approval. The more firmly you honor your own worth, the more magnetic you become to others. Detachment is another powerful principle that shifts relational dynamics. Clinging to someone's attention or approval often creates a sense of imbalance, where your happiness feels tied to their actions. Detachment, as taught by the Stoics, is not about apathy, but about releasing the need for control over others. This mindset fosters confidence and emotional independence, which naturally shifts the balance of power in your favor. When you stop chasing and start focusing on your growth and purpose, your presence becomes intriguing and desirable. The art of being purposeful in your actions also plays a crucial role. Every interaction, whether subtle or significant, communicates who you are and what you stand for. When your actions reflect intentionality and self-assurance, they leave a lasting impression. Instead of trying to win someone over, focus on cultivating a life that aligns with your values. The Stoic principle of leading by example creates an aura of authenticity that is both rare and attractive. Personal growth is an essential element in this transformation. By investing in your development, whether through learning new skills, pursuing passions, or enhancing your physical and mental well-being, you not only enrich your life, but also become more engaging to others. Growth radiates confidence and vitality, making you someone others want to be around. It shifts the focus from seeking external validation to embodying qualities that naturally draw attention. Boundaries are another critical component. They demonstrate that you value your time, energy, and emotional space. When you establish and maintain healthy boundaries, you communicate that your presence is a privilege, not something to be taken for granted. This creates a dynamic where others must rise to meet your standards, fostering mutual respect and appreciation. Boundaries also protect you from overextending yourself, ensuring that your energy remains balanced and focused. Gratitude, often associated with internal peace, also influences relationships. When you approach interactions with genuine appreciation and acknowledgement, you create a positive atmosphere that others are drawn to. Gratitude doesn't mean tolerating disrespect or neglect, but involves recognizing and valuing the efforts others make. This balance of appreciation and self-respect fosters a connection built on mutual recognition and care. Emotional intelligence is another key to shifting relationship dynamics. Understanding the emotions and motivations of others allows you to respond with wisdom and empathy rather than reaction. When you navigate conflicts or misunderstandings with calmness and clarity, you stand out as someone who brings stability and perspective. This quality not only earns respect, but also deepens connections, creating a dynamic where others value your presence. Patience is essential in this process. Changing the course of a relationship is not instantaneous, but requires consistency and resilience. Patience allows you to act with intention rather than desperation, giving space for the other person to notice and appreciate your qualities. The Stoics taught that true strength lies in enduring with grace, and this principle applies to relationships as well. Patience reinforces the confidence that your worth does not diminish with time. Cultivating mystery also plays a role. When you focus on your own growth, passions and purpose, you create an air of intrigue that draws others in. Mystery doesn't mean playing games, but involves maintaining individuality and independence within a relationship. When others see that you are fulfilled and content on your own, they are more likely to value your presence and seek deeper connection. Consistency in your behavior is crucial. Erratic actions or mixed signals create confusion and diminish trust. By consistently embodying the qualities you value, integrity, kindness, strength, you establish yourself as someone reliable and admirable. This consistency builds a strong foundation for respect and attraction, as others come to see you as someone who enhances their life. The Stoic practice of focusing on what you can control is vital in this process. You cannot force someone to value or pursue you, but you can control how you show up in the relationship. By taking responsibility for your actions, mindset, and growth, you create a dynamic where others naturally gravitate toward you. This focus on internal mastery rather than external outcomes ensures that your self-worth remains intact, regardless of how others respond. Through these principles, you create a life and presence that command respect and admiration. The journey from being ignored to being pursued is not about changing others, but about transforming yourself into someone whose worth is undeniable. By aligning with Stoic wisdom, you foster relationships that are rooted in mutual respect, genuine connection, and shared growth, turning disinterest into lasting appreciation. The power of personal transformation and intentional relationships is undeniable, yet not everyone in your orbit will have your best interests at heart. The Stoics emphasized the importance of discernment, urging us to evaluate the character and actions of those around us. Recognizing the subtle signs of harmful individuals can safeguard your peace and clarity. Bad influences, whether through manipulation, negativity, or deceit, can erode your confidence, disrupt your focus, and hinder your growth. Learning to identify these traits is not about judgment, but about protecting your energy and aligning your life with the principles of integrity and purpose. One of the clearest signs of a harmful person is their disregard for boundaries. They persistently overstep, whether through unsolicited opinions, unwanted physical proximity, or taking more than they give. Their inability or unwillingness to respect limits speaks to a deeper lack of empathy or self-awareness. When someone consistently pushes against your boundaries, it creates a dynamic of discomfort and imbalance. Maintaining firm boundaries and observing how they respond can reveal their intentions and character. Deceptive behavior is another key indicator. People who frequently lie, exaggerate, or withhold crucial information create an environment of mistrust and uncertainty. Deception often serves as a tool to manipulate or control, undermining the foundation of honesty necessary for any healthy relationship. Consistently catching someone in half-truths or contradictions should prompt reflection on their role in your life. The Stoic principle of truthfulness reminds us that relationships built on dishonesty rarely serve our highest good. Another sign of a harmful individual is their tendency to provoke drama or conflict unnecessarily. They may thrive on stirring emotions, turning small disagreements into major arguments, or involving others in their disputes. This constant chaos disrupts peace and drains energy. The Stoics valued calmness and rationality, and aligning yourself with these virtues often means distancing from those who cannot seem to exist without creating turmoil. Harmful people often exhibit chronic negativity. They approach life with a pessimistic outlook, constantly focusing on problems rather than solutions. While everyone faces difficulties, a consistently negative person pulls others into their vortex of despair, hindering optimism and growth. The Stoics taught that one's mindset shapes their reality, and surrounding yourself with persistent negativity can cloud your ability to see opportunities and maintain hope. Excessive self-centeredness is another trait to be wary of. Someone who consistently places their needs, desires, or opinions above others lacks the capacity for reciprocal relationships. They might dominate conversations, disregard your feelings, or expect constant attention without offering the same in return. This imbalance creates relationships that are draining rather than fulfilling. Mutual respect and shared effort are the cornerstones of healthy connections, and their absence signals a need for reassessment. Manipulation is a hallmark of toxic individuals. They may use guilt, fear, or flattery to control your actions, subtly steering situations to benefit themselves at your expense. This behavior often goes unnoticed initially, as manipulators are skilled at disguising their tactics. Over time, their influence erodes your sense of autonomy and leaves you questioning your decisions. Recognizing manipulation requires awareness of patterns, such as feeling coerced or doubting your instincts after interactions. Another sign is a lack of accountability. Harmful people often deflect blame, refusing to take responsibility for their actions or the consequences of their choices. They might shift fault onto others, play the victim, or deny wrongdoing altogether. This inability to own their behavior signals immaturity and a lack of integrity. Accountability is a key Stoic virtue, reflecting the strength to acknowledge and learn from mistakes. Exploitive tendencies are another warning sign. Such individuals take advantage of your kindness, resources, or efforts without genuine reciprocity. They may lean on your support without offering it in return, leaving you feeling used and undervalued. This dynamic undermines trust and creates resentment. The Stoics emphasized fairness and mutual respect, and relationships lacking these elements fail to align with those principles. Harmful individuals often display inconsistency in their words and actions. They may promise one thing and deliver another, creating a sense of instability and confusion. This unpredictability can leave you feeling unsettled, as you're never sure where you stand. Consistency is a hallmark of reliability and integrity, and its absence should prompt caution. A pattern of disrespect, whether subtle or overt, is another red flag. Disrespect can manifest as dismissiveness, belittling comments, or outright disregard for your feelings or opinions. Over time, this behavior erodes self-esteem and creates an unhealthy dynamic where you feel undervalued. The Stoics taught that every individual deserves respect and dignity, and tolerating persistent disrespect goes against those teachings. Harmful individuals often lack empathy. They struggle to understand or care about the emotions and experiences of others, prioritizing their own perspective above all else. This lack of compassion creates a relational void where your needs and feelings are consistently overlooked. Empathy is foundational to meaningful connections, and its absence diminishes the quality of any relationship. Recognizing these signs is not about vilifying others, but about prioritizing your well-being and ensuring that your relationships align with your values. The people in your life should support your growth, reflect mutual respect, and contribute positively to your journey. By being discerning, you create a network of connections that uplifts and strengthens you, reflecting the Stoic ideals of wisdom, integrity, and harmony. Identifying harmful influences around you is a powerful step toward protecting your peace, but equally important is examining what you carry within your own life. Some burdens are invisible yet heavy, holding you back and clouding your clarity. The Stoics emphasized that true freedom comes not from adding more, but from letting go of what no longer serves you. Eliminating certain habits, beliefs, and distractions silently and decisively can create space for growth, purpose, and peace. This practice is not about deprivation, but about refining your life to reflect its highest potential. The first weight to release is the habit of comparison. Measuring your worth against others creates unnecessary dissatisfaction and undermines your self-confidence. Comparison often focuses on external appearances or fleeting achievements, ignoring the depth of individual experiences. When you eliminate this habit, you shift your focus inward, grounding yourself in your values and progress. The Stoics taught that your worth lies in your character, not in how you rank against others. Another element to let go of is the need for constant approval. Seeking validation from others often leads to decisions that prioritize external acceptance over internal alignment. This habit diminishes your autonomy, as your actions become guided by how they will be perceived rather than by what truly matters to you. Eliminating this need fosters self-trust, allowing you to act with integrity and confidence regardless of others' opinions. Overcommitment is another silent burden that drains energy and focus. Filling your schedule with obligations that don't align with your priorities creates stress and leaves little room for what truly matters. The Stoics valued simplicity and intentionality, advocating for a life where actions align with purpose. By silently eliminating unnecessary commitments, you reclaim time and energy for the pursuits that enrich your life. Letting go of grudges is a powerful act of liberation. Carrying resentment toward others keeps you anchored in the past, draining emotional energy and clouding your perspective. Forgiveness, as the Stoics taught, is not about excusing harmful behavior, but about freeing yourself from its grip. Releasing grudges creates space for clarity and peace, allowing you to move forward unburdened by past wounds. Another element to eliminate is clutter, both physical and mental. Physical clutter creates a sense of chaos, making it harder to focus and find calm. Mental clutter, such as constant worries or overthinking, has a similar effect, crowding your thoughts and diluting your energy. Simplifying your environment and practicing mindfulness help clear these distractions, creating a space where purpose and peace can thrive. The habit of procrastination is another silent thief of time and potential. Delaying action creates unnecessary stress and hinders progress, often making tasks appear more daunting than they are. The Stoics believed in acting decisively, valuing effort over perfection. Eliminating procrastination by taking immediate, purposeful steps ensures that your energy is directed toward growth rather than avoidance. Toxic self-talk is a hidden barrier that undermines confidence and resilience. Negative inner dialogue often stems from fear or self-doubt, creating a narrative that limits your potential. Silently replacing these thoughts with affirmations rooted in Stoic wisdom, such as focusing on what you can control and embracing effort over outcome, reshapes your mindset. This practice strengthens your inner foundation, fostering a sense of self-worth and capability. Letting go of the fear of failure is another transformative step. Fear often paralyzes action, keeping you in a cycle of hesitation and missed opportunities. The Stoics taught that failure is not an endpoint, but a teacher, offering lessons that refine character and strengthen resolve. Eliminating this fear allows you to approach challenges with curiosity and courage, knowing that every effort contributes to growth. Unnecessary drama and conflict also deserve to be released. Engaging in or tolerating situations that create turmoil drains emotional energy and disrupts peace. The Stoics emphasize the importance of maintaining equanimity, focusing on what truly matters rather than being drawn into trivial disputes. Silently stepping away from drama protects your serenity and ensures that your attention is directed toward meaningful pursuits. The attachment to outcomes is a burden that limits your freedom. Fixating on specific results often leads to disappointment or frustration when reality diverges from expectations. The Stoics taught that true peace comes from focusing on effort rather than outcome, embracing what unfolds with grace. Eliminating this attachment allows you to act with purpose and clarity, free from the weight of unmet expectations. By silently eliminating these elements from your life, you align with Stoic principles that prioritize clarity, purpose, and peace. This practice is not a one-time act, but a continuous refinement, a commitment to shedding what no longer serves you to make space for what truly matters. Each step of letting go creates freedom, fostering a life of intention, resilience, and fulfillment. Waking up motivated isn't about chance, it's about choice. It's about embracing a mindset rooted in purpose, discipline, and gratitude, while using the quiet wisdom of Stoicism to transform every morning into a launchpad for greatness. From setting clear intentions and embracing discomfort, to focusing on progress over perfection and turning obstacles into fuel, these teachings empower you to own your mornings and, ultimately, your life. Every step, no matter how small, creates a ripple effect. Starting your day with purpose, reflecting on what matters, and committing to virtuous action builds a foundation of strength, clarity, and resilience. Motivation isn't fleeting. It's cultivated through consistency, mindfulness, and aligning your actions with the values that define your best self. You hold the power to shape your mornings, and by doing so, you shape your destiny. Which Stoic teaching resonated most with you? Share your thoughts or your favorite morning routine in the comments below. We'd love to hear how you plan to start waking up with purpose and drive. If this journey into Stoic wisdom has sparked a new perspective, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another insight that can help you transform your life. Together, let's rise stronger every day.